Alrighty. Hello, dragons. How are you guys doing? Welcome to All Signs, You and Them. We're going to be taking a look at you and the person on your mind. Keep in mind that these are general readings. So if you feel like you need to swap the roles, please feel free to do so. Try not to take it personally. Just take the side that resonates. If you want a personal reading, you can visit me at violettaalexis.com. If you want to book a super chat this evening, you can go ahead and hit up hipsy.com/violettaalexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, or you can just click the pinned comment in the chat box and it'll take you right to it. Anything else that I can think of? Tomorrow I'm having a very big procedure done, and it's for my skin. And I'm actually recorded some of the footage today for it. So I'm gonna get my face burnt off, and we love that for me, right? What's up, Charlene? What's up, Vanessa? What's up, Michaela? Shout out to my mods. Hello, Goldie Lee. So that's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna be posting that on the channel, but I want to wait like a week and a half, so that way we can get the results, and then I'll do like an updated video a month after that. So super fun. Anyway, I'm drinking coffee. I wanted to say something, right? Just like a little event that happened to me today as I'm at the gym. And just a quick backstory. I've had a lot of negative run-ins with men, and a lot of physical, sexual abuse, things like that with men, and been put in very scary predicaments with men as well. And so it really caused me issues in general, but also mainly around men. And for the past like year and a half, I've been trying to open myself up more to having a positive perspective of men. So that way I don't put them all in a box. And I've really been trying to do that. Well, this man approached me today at the gym, and he was very nice. He asked me what I was mixed with, which I thought was bizarre, but I was like, yeah, I'm just white with some Native American, but thanks. And then we got to talking, and then he talked about how he wanted to be a preacher, and he was talking about his issues that he had in past relationships and what he could have done different. And I was thinking, okay, like this feels safe. Like he felt different, like a different kind of man, right? Like a different kind of man. It didn't seem like he was trying to get in my pants. None of that stuff. It was just a very cool, casual conversation about overcoming hardship, about, the church, about preaching, about, addiction, things that I had went through. And it was really nice. And on my side, it was totally platonic. And then we got to the tail end of like the 30-minute conversation, 40-minute conversation. And, you know, he then started talking about how he dated a Christian girl and they didn't sleep together for 2 years, but they were doing other things. And he was, I don't want to say it on YouTube, okay? I don't want to get demonetized, but he was very blatant and blunt about what those acts were. And now I'm like, I feel really uncomfortable, right? And I'm like, I'm kind of stiff as a board because I feel really awkward, and I'm feeling super uncomfortable because I'm like, why is he like going into detail about what their encounters were together? Like this feels weird. But I'm like, ha ha ha, right? And you girls, you know what I'm talking about, where you get that like nervous laugh when a man makes like an uncomfortable comment. You're like, ha ha ha, okay, you know? And then I'm like, I try to brush it off. Maybe he just doesn't have a lot of male friends to talk to, right? And I'm trying so hard to give him the benefit of the doubt. And then at the very tail end of the conversation, he asked me if I'd like to go in the hot tub with him. That was so disappointing. That was genuinely like so disappointing. And him saying that he was very much into the Bible and he's wanting to become a preacher and all of these things. Now it's just now he's has become a negative reflection on Christianity, or and not that that's necessarily going to change my opinion, but I think that I was hoping he would change my perspective on men. And instead he proved me otherwise. He narrowed my perspective into originally what it was, and then I tried to backtrack and say, okay, that was another bad apple, but it doesn't all have to be that way. And I just want to say, like, you know, if you're a man and you are trying to approach women and trying to have these conversations, I guarantee you that 9.9.9999 out of 10 of these girls have had really uncomfortable predicaments with men and really uncomfortable situations. And like don't be the statistic. Like, don't be that. Show them that there is something different. Show them that not all of them are like that. And just please, because there are women out there like me who are really trying to have like hope that not all men are like that. And so I just hope that some man will hear this and just want to be the difference in some kind of way. And I know that sounds really cheesy and I know that sounds really corny, but please, like we honestly truly have enough of being sexualized or trying to be coerced into these acts. And it's just like, damn, dude, like be the difference. That's how you're going to stand out, is by not being like the rest of them, you know? So it's like they say not all men, then don't be like all of it. You know, don't be like all of that of which a lot of women like myself have experienced. Cuz I want to have a good healthy perspective on healthy masculinity. I want to have a good perspective on masculinity in general, and it's one of the reasons why I wrote that story called Purple Rhododendrons on my Substack about my grandpa who was that image for me. And the reason why I wrote it is because I was trying to keep that alive, and then this happened and it just really, man, it was so disappointing. It was so disappointing. I was just incredibly disappointed. So um so thank you for listening to me. I know that it's mostly women in here. But you know, hopefully a man sees it and is like, you know what, maybe she's right. You know, I'm hoping anyway. So yeah. He was doing baptisms in the hot tub. Listen, ain't no sins getting washed off in there, honey. Okay. Amelia asks, is your eighth house ruler conjunct your ascendant? I've had similar issues with men. I'm sorry you have experience like this as well. Yeah, well, no, my eighth house ruler is in the 11th house retrograde in Pisces. In my eighth house, I have Uranus, which rules my 10th and my 11th house if we're looking at Placidus. So wow, Goldie Lee says, wow, that's happened to me before. A conversation could go so well and then they pull that. Yeah, I was so disappointed, man. You know, and then I had to ask him, what's your sign? You know, he said Gemini. And every woman that I talk to seems to have a very controversial opinion of Gemini men. And I've never really had any bad experiences except with my grandfather. Not the purple rhododendrons grandfather, but a different one who was very perverse towards me. But other than that, I never had a problem with Gemini men. You know, I think I just had a lot of problems with men in general. You know, but I tend to like Geminis, so but yeah. And then he was like, oh wow, you're a Virgo. My last 4 girlfriends were Virgos. Shut up. No, they weren't. No Virgo dated you. No Virgo dated you. No Virgo woman dated you, because they would have critiqued you to death. You wouldn't have ever been able to stick around, buddy. I'm sorry. I just don't believe that a Virgo woman dated you. I just don't. I just don't believe it. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't. So, um, a Gemini man, big note for me. I'm a Gemini. My daughter's a Gemini. Let's see. Man, just be Vanessa says, man, just be yourself, show the real you from the start. Yeah, but see, that's the real thing, is sometimes the real you of whomever we're talking about, right? Is not, we're always trying to put our best foot forward, or at least you would think so. And somehow men think that is their best foot forward. Okay, that's not it. You know, you have to, and I understand, you know, wanting to have an intimate relationship with a woman. I absolutely get it. But there are other forms of intimacy that you're needing to build within yourself to be able to even to graduate to that level, I think, with a woman. And I just, or with anybody really, but you know, I wish he would have led with that. Let me put it like that. Because I could have went tanning. I ended up skipping. I ended up skipping tanning because I was talking to this person because I thought he really wanted a genuine conversation. So anyway, hello, ladies. I don't see any men in here, but maybe they're hiding behind the bushes. Oh, there's Sean. Hey, Sean. Oh my God. So, but yeah, it was very audacious. So I always end up with a Virgo man. Oh my God. I have Virgo men, Virgo placements. Something about that dark mercurial energy, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Be careful with that. I have fallen head over heels in love with Virgo placements. You know, I really have. They're easy. They're easy to love, but then it's like, ugh, didn't know I was gonna end up here. Um, and he's just waiting for you to take your shit. Like, what's up, Sean? Like, I'm just gonna do what? I don't know. That was so weird. Anyway, guys, welcome to All Signs. God, that was so disappointing. Like, oh, you're inviting me to the hot tub? Absolutely. Like, no, you're fucking crazy. Like, what are you talking about? That was so weird. Anyway, I really wish the best for him. I really do. I mean, the conversation went so well until that happened. So, I don't know. Alrighty, guys. Let's get into this all signs. Hopefully the all signs will be better than my afternoon. No, I meant Sean. I'm dead. Right. Oh my God. Right. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that, Lori. Oh my God, you're so funny. Okay. All right. So thank you guys for waiting. So yeah, you guys, welcome to All Signs. Obviously, we're gonna do you versus them, or you and them, you and the person that's on your mind. If you guys wanted, oh God, help me. Why am I slurring like I'm drunk? If you guys want to book a super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Okay, this is a Hipsy stream this evening. How did you get out of it? After the hot tub, I was like, okay. It was really nice to meet you. It was really nice to meet you. I hope to see you around. I just kept it polite because it's like I go to this gym all the time. Right. And I've already ruined the last two gyms, like the other locations that I went to, because I ended up letting a guy take me out that worked there. And then, like, that was a mistake. I don't even wanna get into it, but I felt just violated, and I didn't wanna go any further. So, I ended up having to block that person, so I don't go to that gym anymore, and the other one, the other gym that I went to, I ended up going there, and I was trying to, buy something from the cashier guy, and, so then I left, and I went home, and then a weird number texted me, and it was him. It was the guy from my gym that worked there that secretly looked up my number and texted me. Wow, I'm, like, really thinking about this, and it is just really dawning on me. He looked up my information on the computer, which he could totally get fired for, by the way. And, I like a man that's a little bold. You know what I mean? I like a man that's bold. And so at the time, I thought he was somewhat attractive. And so I was like, okay, whatever, right? And like, that's audacious of you. That's very bold. Like, you must really want to talk to me. Okay, right? Same thing. I don't even need to tell you details. You already know what happened. And then he told me, I was like, I'm sorry. I said, "I'm sorry, first of all, are you even single?" And then he admitted that he was with his lady and they had a baby together, and they lived together, and he wanted this to be like discreet or something. And I was like, "Nope." And I blocked him, immediately blocked him. I was like, I am so upset right now. Like, I am so upset But that South Node in Libra gets me every time because it's me trying not to rile up anything or create more conflict than there needs to be, when I should have just listened to my North Node in Aries and called the place and been like, listen, your employer freaking, you know what I mean, looked at my information, but I didn't. It was just so disappointing, man. It's just been so disappointing. It's been so freaking disappointing. So, ah, God, I just wanted somebody to be different, you know? Rick's been real quiet. No, I'm just kidding. He's like, I'm just gonna sit this one out. Hey, Jim. Nice to see ya. Oh my God, a man's here. Ladies, be nice. What's up, Birdie? Virgo man here who feels your pain going through a one-sided thing with a Virgo woman. Oh man, good luck, buddy. Yeah, us Virgos are I don't know. I don't even want to think about it anymore. All right, guys, so let's do this. Yeah, it was gross. I was like, man, this is just so disappointing. Poor Rick. He'll be all right. He knew what he was, he knew what he was signing up for. What a wild start, yeah. And like it's so funny because I tell these stories like in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is just normal because this is what I've dealt with these kind of behaviors. But like saying it out loud, you're like, wow, that was not normal. I mean, you're like, that is just not normal. I'm timestamping disappointing men at the gym. Thank you, Rick. So anyway, I mean, I'm not perfect or anything, don't get me wrong, but damn, like, alrighty. Anyway, all right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. Of course, we're going to take a look at Aries. Aries and their person. Let's see. Everybody hit the like button. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. In your feelings, 8 of Swords in reverse. Okay, that's just not, as a Virgo, I just couldn't ever take myself seriously. 8 of Wands in reverse. How you see your person is the 7 of Cups in reverse. Their feelings for you is the World. And then we have the 4 of Cups in reverse for how they see you. So let's go ahead and take a look at that 8 of Swords in reverse first. Well, you're invested, but you may find that the more that you invest or the more time that you spend in this connection, the more pissed off you get. And for whatever reason, I have no idea, but you're here. But I also feel like you're on the precipice of something. You're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place potentially, but I feel like you're getting ready to make a decision. I think that you've been invested in this probably for quite a while. You may be invested in something else, maybe, or you may just be thinking, okay, am I here or am I not? Because the Queen of Wands in reverse can represent like something is instigating your jealousy, or something is really pissing you off or making you feel disrespected, or you're angry about something. And it could be kind of like putting you out of your own character in some way or another, or bringing out like the bad side of you, right? You ever been in those relationships that like they can just bring out the ugliest side of yourself, and you're like, "Oh my god, I didn't even know that was there," or like, "Wow, they really reached to the depths of hell to grab that out of me," and I kind of feel like that's what you're going through a little bit. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse. We have the Moon and the Queen of Cups in reverse. I feel like you're this Queen of Cups in reverse. There's a reality check moment that you feel like you're kind of getting about this person next week. And you could feel like they're suppressing things, or that they've been hiding things in one way or another. And, I hate to say it, right? But things happen. You could kind of get to a point where you're like, I knew not to trust this bitch, or, I knew not to trust this person, or I knew that them bringing out the worst in me was not the best for me, right? So you're kind of coming to that conclusion of like, holy crap, this was kind of a reality check moment. I hate to say that. I really, really do. And it could just be that, you realize that they're just never going to put the toilet seat up. right? And you're just like, this like shows a total lack of respect. Maybe it's something like that, right? But maybe that's not. Maybe it's not about the toilet seat. Maybe it's about the respect, right? Or like, please don't just throw your laundry on the floor. Please put it in the laundry basket if you live with this person, or So it may not be about the specific like deed for some of you. It may just be about like what that entails or what that means or the deeper meaning behind the action. The world for their feelings for you. Well, they love you. And if love was enough, we'd all probably still be in relationships, right? They do love you. They care for you. I heard that you are this person's muse in one way or another, but it seems like with that world there, they may be getting ready to take action towards you and try to romance you in some way or kind of sweep you off your feet, but they're delaying for some reason. Why is that? The Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands in reverse. They may feel like what they have to give potentially isn't enough. um, it can also be that when they feel like they give to you, that you make it very hard on them or something like that. But there's this energy of them wanting to close something out, not necessarily end something. It feels like more of a closure, like, okay, maybe it's an apology. Maybe that's more like the Page of Cups, but it can be, right? But it's like they're wanting to woo you in some way, but they're feeling hesitant. It's almost like they feel as though what they have to give isn't enough. The Four of Cups in reverse for how they see you. Oof. They feel like you're in this very like insecure energy. You're not like nurturing the situation as much as you have, and it's because you're feeling disappointed by them, rejected by them in one way or another. And it can also be that you just don't really like what they're bringing to the table, so maybe you're done bringing something to the table. But with that Chariot energy, they feel like you're the one that is coming out victorious in one way or another. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's like, you tell them, shove it up your whatever and then you move out, or but they're seeing you as being victorious next week in something. And that Queen of Pentacles in reverse can be somebody who's being very mean, whether it's justified or not, I don't know, but they can feel like you're very angry because you're showing up as a lot of this like queen energy, which is like all in reverse. So it seems like you're pretty upset about something. Your advice is house 3: protection, loyalty, safety, trust, and what do you need to release? Well, it's really that energy of needing to be honest with one another. And maybe you're like, well, I have been honest. Okay, great. Have they? I don't know. But if you don't have trust, you really don't have anything. And I know that's really cliche to say, but it's asking you, like, if this is driving you crazy, or if you feel on edge all the time, or you're constantly feeling like something is going on, or whatever, like, ask if that's really the best for you. Now, if this person is doing the work that they need to do, then, I don't know, only you can really make that decision. What do we need to release here? The Seven of Wands. Like, needing to fight so hard for something is what I'm getting. It might be like, it shouldn't be this hard, that could be the feeling of it. Or even trying to compete. If you feel like you have to compete for this person's attention, whether it's their attention because they're always wanting to go out with their friends, or their attention when it comes to other people, male, female, whatever, romantic, other romantic partners, or whatever it may be. If you feel like maybe they're not prioritizing you, you may feel put in this competitive situation where it's like, okay, it may be asking you to use your rational mind to solve this problem. Okay. So thank you so much, Aries. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that as the pinned comment in the chat box. And you can find that in the description box below as well. Alrighty, let's see. We got Taurus. Hello, Taurus. How are you? Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. The Page of Cups in your feelings. How you see this person is the Four of Swords. The Knight of Swords in their feelings. The Two of Wands in reverse for how they see you. So let's see this. This is going to drive. Me insane. Oh, well, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to mess anything up. Okay. Reverse this if you need to, okay? But for some of you, this is really about, I'm just trying to block out that cord. This can be for some of you, if you felt like you did something wrong, if you felt like you were in the wrong at some point, this can be this energy of you taking action because you're very passionate towards said person in an attempt to apologize or an attempt to make things right. Because the Page of Cups, like I was talking about in the Aries read, can represent an apology, and the Justice can talk about balancing the scales or an attempt to make something right. And you could be showing up in like a very lighthearted energy in order to do this. Because the thing is that you're viewing your person as the Four of Swords. Well, why does the Four of Swords, how does the Four of Swords become the Four of Swords? Because of the Three of Swords, which essentially talks about heartache and heartbreak. And so you may feel like your person is heartbroken for whatever reason. So that could absolutely be a thing. Hold on one second, guys. I gotta refresh this. I want to make sure I didn't disconnect my internet. Okay, thank God. Okay. So for others of you, if it's not necessarily about an apology per se, it could just be that you're trying to be vulnerable, you're trying to do the right thing by this person. Regardless if you were wrong or right about something, you're trying to do right about this person, but it seems like you're trying to keep things more lighthearted and fun, and you're just trying to be honorable, basically. The Four of Swords for how you see this person. Wow. This is somebody who you feel is very committed, but also very about their commitments. This can also be somebody who you feel like is a little bit indifferent, somebody who holds back a little bit, somebody who is trying to be responsible with their emotions. They're standing their ground when it comes to their spiritual, religious beliefs, their morals, their values, etc., things like this. So ultimately, I just feel like you're matching their energy in some way or another, except you seem to be a little bit more lighthearted, whereas you're viewing this person as being, I don't want to say they're not lighthearted, but like it's the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles and the Hierophant. The best way that I can describe this energy is somebody who's cool, calm, collected, and you're not going to move them when it comes to what they believe is true and what they believe is right. So you may be like, well, like you would view this person as an honorable person. So if this is somebody where, you know, you have a very toxic relationship and maybe you have in the past, or right now for next week, I'm seeing this as a positive omen. Okay? For now. The Knight of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Ace of Swords in reverse for their feelings. What's that Ace of Swords in reverse? The Sun. They're trying to figure out if their intuition is true. They're taking action towards you, but in a different way that you feel that you need to take action towards them. This is somebody who is very intuitive. And I'm going to be honest. I don't think that their intuition is wrong about something. And I say that because the High Priestess is in the upright, but I think that they doubt it because the Ace of Swords is in reverse. I think they doubt their intuition sometimes, or it's like with that Knight of Swords, it's almost like they're trying to fact check their intuition. I think ultimately this person is very sexually attracted to you. Absolutely. I think that they enjoy talking to you. And with that Sun, I do believe that you make them very happy. But with the Sun clarifying the Ace of Swords, it's almost as if there's a truth that they're not sure if it's the truth or not. And they're trying to get that light shown on that truth. Is this true or not? Is my intuition correct? About what? The Star in reverse. Is this person healed? I heard something about addictions. Can I see this person in my future? Is this somebody I can count on? Are they sharing the truth with me? This may be reversed for some of you. The Two of Wands in reverse for how they see you, with the Nine of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, let's go ahead and turn that off. Well, they feel like you're kind of going back to the drawing board with something, or you're not really coming out of your comfort zone. You're like here, you're showing up, you're fighting for this, etc. They see that you're putting in effort next week. But that two of wands in reverse is interesting because it's like they feel like you're backtracking, or they feel like you refuse to change something. Tell me more about that two of wands. Need one more for that. They may wonder if you're using them. They may wonder if you're using them for something. Okay. We have Leo. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo or have those placements. We have child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. And a win-win outcome is forecast. So I'm really feeling like being a little bit lighthearted is probably the way to go when it comes to this connection. But at the same time, I think that somebody's needing to express themselves in regards to what their own internal truth is and being honest about what that looks like. And I don't know what that truth entails. Like, I don't know if it's about like, this is where I want to be in 10 years, or hey, I never told you about this thing that I did in the past. But I feel like we're needing to be more expressive of whatever that is. I think that somebody may like have a fear of something or a fear of being honest. I don't know why I'm getting that, but a win-win outcome is forecast tells me that as long as somebody is honest and shines a light on their own personal truth and they're able to convey that with a sense of maturity and honesty, I really think that something can work. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, thank you so much, Taurus. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. That information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment in the chat box. Alrighty, let's move on. Oh, you're so welcome, Sean, anytime. Taurus can be judgmental. I will say this. Something I've learned about the benefics, right? Venus and Jupiter. Okay. People who are like ruled by this, especially the sun signs. Okay. And don't cover me. Okay. But like, and I'm a Taurus rising, I'm a Taurus moon. Okay. I don't really have any Sagittarius placements. I think I got like, Uranus and Saturn in Sagittarius in the 8th house, but at the same time, like, that's a general, these are generational planets ish, not Saturn particularly. But anyway, so I find that these can truly be some of the most wonderful and benefic people ever if they are high vibrational. God forbid that if a very strong Venus or Jupiter placement, like a Sagittarius sun, for instance, or a Taurus sun specifically, um, is not evolved in the way that they should be, they can be the complete opposite of what they're supposed to represent. But I mean, so dark. Like, and I say this as a Venus in Scorpio being ruled by Venus conjunct Pluto in Scorpio. Scorpio could never even match that type of crazy. Like, I'm so serious. Like, and the thing is that Taurus and I feel like Taurus, Libra, and Sagittarius placements are so strong and they could benefit the world so much. But when they are not like healthy of mind and body and soul, like, and heart, they can be, I mean, Hitler. You know what I'm saying? Taurus sun, baby. Like, I just, woo! They can be, yeah. Anyway, does this apply to Venus and no, I'm talking about, so Venus rules Taurus and Libra. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. I know it can rule Pisces as well, but I haven't really found that with Piscean energy. It feels like more of their fiery counterpart. But I'm talking about like the signs that Venus rules. So Taurus suns, Libra suns. If you notice, there are a lot of, and this cannot be a coincidence, there are a lot of people in film industry who are Tauruses and Libras who play the best villains. They're the best villains. Like you think about Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones, Taurus sun in real life. You think about Joffrey from Game of Thrones, Taurus sun in real life. You think about that guy from Saltburn, the main character, Libra sun in real life. It's like they like those Venus placements, they play a hell of a villain. Like there's damn near nobody that can play a villain like a Taurus or a Libra can play a villain. I mean, they do it so good that people will hate them in real life. You know what I mean? Like it's really weird. It's just really really strange. It's something that because I'm really into that, right? I'm really into like just kind of studying that and making those kind of observations. It's just fascinating to me. Anyway, I don't mean to keep going. My middle child is a Taurus. I mean, yeah, I mean, they can be so giving and wonderful and beautiful. Like they have that gorgeous side to them. You know, they're Venus. But man, if they go, because I feel like the Venus placements, they can go this way or they can go this way. And it seems to be very prominent with Taurus and Libra. It's like, and they have that it's just an observation. It's only an observation. But so yeah, Taurus moons and Libra moons. Hey, I don't know. I found it more being the sun signs, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Taurus moon. I would totally be honest. And my theory is Algol, especially with Taurus placements. Algol is in the late degrees of Taurus, so I'm wondering if it's more like late degree Taurus suns, but if I'm not mistaken, the sun and Venus are not friends in Greek mythology as well. So it makes me feel like the sun just kind of like burns that Venus energy to something sometimes that it's not supposed to be. But if that Venus energy can fight that in a way, it becomes very life altering in such a positive way. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway. Um so yeah. Anyway, I'm done. Sorry. I didn't mean to like just keep going on. So, okay. So moving on to Gemini. It was just an observation. So Gemini, let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person, whoever is on your mind. Your feelings, we have the 7 of Swords. How you see your person is the King of Cups in reverse. Their feelings for you, we have the Hermit in reverse, and how they see you is the Ace of Cups. So the 7 of Swords in your feelings, the 6 of Swords, and the King of Swords in reverse. So if I'm being completely honest, it makes me feel like you're more so in this protective energy, like trying to protect your energy, trying to make sure you're avoiding being like gaslit or manipulated in some way. It could be this energy as well of feeling like you truly need to protect yourself. And sometimes that may come in the form of, well, I just need to move on, or I need to take space, or something like that, because you may feel like you're not really certain about something you're suspicious about, or you're not really certain about this person all the time, but it's almost like you want to take precautionary measures. So I'm getting more of like an avoidance, or just being very what's the word? Inconspicuous, I guess you could say. And I think it's because of this energy, because and I say that because you have the King of Cups in reverse for how you're seeing this person, which makes me feel like there's maybe some kind of manipulative behavior or gaslighting tendencies. Or I'm not a psychologist, I'm not calling anybody a narcissist, but sometimes that King of Swords in reverse reminds me of kind of like the narcissistic type. Not saying that they are. Um King of Cups in reverse, the Hangman, the 3 of Wands. I think that you see them. Now, it doesn't have to be their truth, but it is yours because it's your perspective. Our perspective is our truth. And that King of Cups in reverse to the Hangman to the 3 of Wands, it's this energy of you feeling like this person has not hit their emotional growth. You may feel like they haven't hit that level of emotional intelligence or emotional maturity, although you may wonder if they're kind of on their way. You may feel like they are willing to open or broaden their perspective in some way to what it is that you're feeling or what it is that you're thinking. And keep in mind, this is energy for next week. Because that hangman can talk about sacrifice or letting go. It's Neptune. It's the higher octave of Venus. So you may feel like this person is potentially trying, and that hangman is going to trump the rest of these cards, which tells me that you're viewing this as somebody who's taking a back seat for a second, or trying to look at something from your perspective or from a different perspective, in hopes that this person can grow, or that they can grow and get to what is the Three of Wands' goal, to get to the Four of Wands, right? Um, and so I think that maybe you feel like they're trying, but it seems like you're not totally mm, being open, because there's a fear here, or you're feeling the need to protect oneself. The Hermit in reverse for their feelings, the Temperance in reverse, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. I think that really, there's something going on mentally, and once again, I'm obviously not a psychologist, I'm not diagnosing anybody, but sometimes the Hermit in reverse, especially when you pair it with something like the Nine of Swords, it can represent someone who's very paranoid. Somebody who is constantly worried that someone is out to get them, or that you are out to get them, or that something is going to happen, or someone's going to be found out, or and the Temperance in reverse tells me that they may not feel like they're in an emotionally stable state. Like they're not there. Like, and it's one of these things where it may feel to them as if it's almost all consuming. Why is this? The Lovers, they may be paranoid that you have another choice. It may be that they don't know how to. I mean, you were viewing them as the King of Cups in reverse. It may be that they get weird about opening up. It may be that they get weird about being able to be vulnerable and communicate their feelings effectively. Because the Lovers can talk about like a decision that needs to be made, but can also talk about a very strong love connection that is otherworldly, or that is very different. But it can also talk about where we're communicating about our feelings, where we're connecting after we realize, okay, this person is for me, everything's aligned, we have that foundation set. And now the Lovers is where we come together and we decide to solidify that. And I don't know if this is somebody who's very afraid to do that for whatever reason, but it could also be that this is just you. Maybe they're feeling like they're not good enough, because the Lovers is Gemini. you know and if you've been watching me for a while, which some of you have, the Lovers, or your major arcana is showing up in the way that it's showing up, in the upright, looking great, right? It may feel like they believe that you are, I don't know, I don't want to say better than them, maybe, better than them, or basically the higher vibrational version of yourself. Maybe that's intimidating. This is how they see you. I mean, damn. There's your other major arcana. Hello. The Magician. So, I mean, this is somebody who feels like you are full of love. You have all of this love to give, all of this love to offer. Do they just feel like they don't have it like that? Or do they feel insignificant? There's something around this about like some kind of emotional maturity that they feel like you have. And this is somebody who feels like you're very talented, gifted, skilled. You have a lot of abilities. You're able to manifest what it is that you want. This person feels like you will offer your counsel or your guidance in some way. But I don't know if this is intimidation or what this is. House 2, weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry, meditate, and contemplate. So, house 2 can talk about your natural talents, absolutely, but it can also talk about self worth and self value. And if this is somebody who truly is intimidated by just simply who you are in some kind of way, it's trying to ask you, don't internalize that. It really has nothing to do with you, it has everything to do with them. And I've been on this person's end and I've been on your end, right? Where I felt like, wow, this person is like better than me, or they have more money, or, I'm not a vibrational match to this person, like I'm in debt, or I don't look that good, or, whatever it may be, which really had nothing to do with them and had everything to do with me. So it could be that. But it's asking you just to kind of like chill out about it, like try not to internalize it. Don't take it personally, basically. So thank you so much, Gemini. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not. And if you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that in the description box below, or you can find that link as the pinned comment in the chat box. Alrighty, let's move on. I went there and just saw make a donation. Uh, nope, there should be. Rick, would you mind helping? Would you mind helping Marita? I think Rick would know how, or Team Hipsy. Can you help Marita? Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Cancer. Hello, Cancer. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. In your feelings. Aw, not my little cutie little Cancers. The Three of Swords. In your feelings. The Nine of Cups in reverse for how you see them. Okay, the Two of Pentacles in their feelings, and the Ten of Cups for how they see you. Wow, this is really telling. Tell me about that Three of Swords, please. Oh, are you fearing that there's a third-party situation? Is there a fear of reconciliation? You're really heartbroken over something, but it just feels like you're trying to do what's right for the both of you, or you're just trying to keep the peace potentially. You're just trying to be amicable and kind and loving and understanding. But you are really hurt over what? What do we heard about? The drama, getting your feelings hurt, some kind of drama you seem to be really hurt by. Maybe a drama that they caused, drama you caused, drama that you both caused, whatever it is, but it's really that sense of the Five of Wands is really about, like, especially if we're clarifying it, clarifying that on the Three of Swords, you can talk about, I'm really heartbroken because I feel like we keep fighting and it never goes anywhere, or nothing ever changes, or nobody ever really gets heard. And that kind of maybe where you're at. And it's this feeling of, I really just want peace, with that Two of Swords. I want peace. I want understanding. And for some of you, you are sacrificing your own sense of peace for theirs. It's really that simple. The Nine of Cups in reverse for how you see them. It's like you see them next week offering you something substantial, but you also feel like they're being selfish. Like they do things that are selfish or that are of their own interests without a thought in the world of you, or about you, and that's what causes a disconnect. And then, but it's like they have something to offer, but you may feel like it's all selfish, or it's all, like, how can I best describe this energy? This can be like, oh, I'm offering you a relationship. I want to be in a relationship with you, but, like, I'm going out with my friends 5 days a week. Like, sorry. And you're just like, okay. Does that make sense? So you could feel like a disconnect between you and this person. I'm not saying like that's what it is, but it's some kind of selfish behavior that is causing what you feel is a disconnect. Although they're offering you something, it's like, okay, maybe it's for just selfish reasons, or do you know what I mean? The Two of Pentacles and their feelings with the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Swords in reverse. What's the Page of Swords in reverse? The Death in reverse. This person is trying to remain emotionally balanced. There may have been some kind of blocked communication. There may have been some gossip, rumors, drama, or they could be fearing that, because the Five of Pentacles can sometimes talk about fear. And then the Death in reverse can talk about that they're fearing that you have not let go of some kind of assumption about them, or there's maybe a fear that you're going to bring up some kind of drama again, or there seems to be some kind of theme around drama that never goes anywhere with the two of you. Anyone more? Yeah, they fear some kind of unwanted attention. Like, and I don't know. It's like, I don't know if, like, you guys get in a fight and then maybe you, like, talk to all your friends about this person and then it goes really bad and then all your friends have this, like, terrible perspective of them, and then you guys get back together, and it's like, I'm only saying this because this reminds me of a relationship I was in. So I don't know if it's something like that, but they're like, "Oh God, like, I'm just trying to stay balanced. I'm just trying to keep the balls in the air," right? That can kind of be the Two of Pentacles, but there's a fear of some kind of drama that's going to come back around in one way or another, and they're fearing the unwanted attention. The Ten of Cups for, wow. Wow. That is really beautiful. Well, they absolutely love you, with that 10 of cups. I mean, this is somebody you could actually be in a relationship with or you have a family with for some of you. For others of you, this is just somebody who truly loves you, like truly loves you. They feel like you're very emotionally supportive. They want to be emotionally supportive as well. And this is somebody who maybe even sees you going on some kind of new journey. And I don't know what journey that is. I don't know if it's on some kind of creative journey, but most likely it's that this person wants to let bygones be bygones and wants to drop like old crap so that way they can delve into things with you, because I mean this is somebody who views you as the empress. The empress is the queen of all queens or the king of all kings, whatever gender you identify with. She is everything. She is the right, she is the mother, she's the creator of life, she is the beauty queen, right? She's all of those things. And but what I find kind of interesting is that this is somebody who, I mean, look at how the empress isn't really looking over here. They may feel like you're on to new heights or you're starting something new. It almost feels unrelated to them, although like the connection is there in the background. I don't know if that makes sense. Whoops. The message that we have is trine. Okay. Karmic relationships, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Don't let pride get in your way. So, and I don't know who this is for, right? But this is making me think of that Five of Wands. I think there may be a lot of pride on somebody's end, or a lot of pride in the connection, and it's saying like, if we want soul growth, if we actually want to change the connection, we must first change ourselves. And a lot of the times we don't evolve or we don't change because of our pride or because of our ego. Because when we are leading with our ego, we're resistant to the truth about ourselves. And the more truth that we're willing to hear about ourselves or accept about ourselves gives us a bigger chance to be able to grow and evolve. And so, and I don't know if this is for you. I don't know if it's them. This is just the message that I'm getting. So please take it with a grain of salt or take it literally or whatever. But it's saying that that's when things are going to get easier. That's when we're more malleable or we're more receptive and we're willing to kind of go with the flow. That's when that growth is really going to come in. Okay. So I don't know who that's for. Thank you so much, Cancer. I really appreciate it. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that information in the description box below, or you can click the link as that is the pinned comment in the chat box. Why do I always mess that line up? All right, let's go ahead and move on to my cute little Leos. All right, one second. Okay. Hello, Anna. I just heard your intro. How did you like Morpheus? It was good. Definitely get the PRP with it though. You definitely want to get the PRP with it, I promise. Like don't do it without the PRP, okay? Get the PRP. It is worth the money. Please get the PRP. I'm gonna do a video. I wish I would have done these beauty videos for you girls, honestly, because I've gotten so many procedures done within the last couple of years for my skin. And then I'm supposed to be doing Renuva here coming up soon as well. So, because I really I have a very skinny face, and a lot of you guys know that I used to be a really bad alcoholic, and that just worsened my acne scars even more, and of course aged me prematurely. And so I was like, you know what, I got to reverse this. And so, yeah, so I've had some procedures done and it's just like the tip of the iceberg. Like it's so deep, bro. Like if I could just make everybody, like honestly, I would not. I don't think that alcohol should be legal. I swear to God, I really don't. And I never thought in my whole life I would ever say that, but I can't even believe it's legal. I mean, they make so much money off of it. Why would they ever ban it? But oh my God, that stuff will catch up with you. Like you think that you're like in your early 20s, in your mid 20s, in your late 20s, even in your early 30s, and you're like, oh my God, like I still look great. Just wait, bitch. Like, just wait. You're gonna be like, oh my God, and you're gonna know it's from alcohol. Like, don't abuse it. Don't abuse it. I'm telling you, exercise, use your retinol every freaking day. And eat right, baby. I'm telling you, and get your sleep. Don't drink. I promise you, God. I promise you, please don't drink. You guys are gonna see it. I'm gonna show you guys bare face, freaking. I took part of the video today, and I was like, oh, I still need so much work. But I'm a Virgo as well, so I'm extra critical. Oh, thank you so much, Anna. It's really not. This is just, I promise you, this lighting, all of this just makes me look better than I actually look. I promise you. Like I'm sure I'm gonna lose like a lot of male followers, which is fine,, but like I'm here for my girls. I'm here for my guys too that love me for me. Okay, don't get me wrong, but okay, I would love to help women learn how to feel more beautiful and do things that are healthy for them. I wish somebody would have steered me in the right direction when I really needed somebody. 20 weeks sober here, nightmare getting here. You know what though, Jess? I absolutely promise you it will 100% be worth it. Please don't ever give up. I'm so proud of you. I'm almost 5 years. It was honestly easier than I thought, which was so weird. I didn't think that it would be that easy. I really didn't. But it's after you see the potential, like after the fog starts to clear, once you get sober and you're like, "Oh my God." It's almost like you wake up and you're like, "Where am I?" Like you just wake up, you just woke up out of a coma. And then you start living in your potential and you see what your potential is and you see how long and how much you've been suppressing that potential. Like I ignored my writing. Like the one thing that's so true to my heart, I just ignored that because I was just so busy trying to suppress trauma with alcohol. Ugh. Anyway, so that's for another video, but I love you guys and just please take care of you. All right. So moving on to Leo. All right, Leo. Let's see. In your feelings is the Ten of Swords in reverse. How you see your person is the Five of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles in reverse for their feelings for you. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse for how they see you. My God, what is happening? Okay. So this is a little bit of a 50-50 for me. There was clearly some kind of ending that really sucked. It could have been very harsh. It could have felt very volatile. This was probably after a long time of blood, sweat, and tears. Okay, maybe literally or metaphorically, but you are realizing that this is a constant cycle in your life, or this is a constant, like, repetitive behavior in one way or another. And I do want to see what that devil is, the Six of Cups, in regards to your personal relationships. Um, and so now you're kind of getting to this point, ma'am. What is your problem? You're so rude, honestly. She's so rude. Sorry. My cat is just such a butthole. Um, I love her, but damn. So it's this energy of like realizing these toxic patterns that have been happening in your life is, don't get me wrong, like, yes, external things happen. I get it. There are external influences, etc. But it's like, what are you doing about or with those external influences? How are you coping? How are you maneuvering through these connections? And what are you giving your energy to? Are you allowing yourself to become a crappy person because you're surrounding yourself with crappy people? I mean, what is the thing, right? Because the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is like, this is repetitive cycles and nothing's changing because you just keep repeating them. But those are your feelings. And that devil in reverse is like, okay, thank God that devil in reverse is there because it's an awareness of this. And you're like, I've been doing this it's so weird because we were just talking about addiction and this kind of like shows up. So it's really weird. Maybe it's that, but it really makes me feel like it's around connections or it's around how you cope with loss or something. Oh my God. And now this freaking alarm went off. My God, how strange. Okay. So, but yeah, that's what I have for the feelings. Five of Swords in reverse for how you see this person. Whoa. Oof. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna be real, right? I mean, the Five of Swords in reverse can sometimes represent somebody who's like, I just can't win here. You know, I just can't win. I just can't do it. And that 8 of Cups may be you viewing this person as they're fed up. Reverse this if you guys need to, okay? Please don't take it personally. Just take the side that resonates. But you may be getting to this point where you're like realizing like, I'm gonna lose this person. I'm gonna lose this person because of certain behaviors, or because of toxic traits, or because of addictions, right? That can be like the devil, you know. And you may be feeling like they're kind of like venturing out, where they're like, I'm packing my sandwiches, and they're freaking out of there, and it could be because of some kind of toxic behavior that you're realizing about yourself. And that's what happened to me when I was drinking. Something really like clicked in my head, where I had lost a relationship because of my drinking, and I was like, I'm really sick of my shit. Like, I'm really sick of myself. And I'm not saying it's drinking, but sometimes we get to these points in our lives where we just have the last straw with ourselves because somebody has had the last straw with us. And sometimes that's the catalyst, and that's okay, and that's great. And so it's like, now what? There's an awareness. Now there has to be a doneness. There has to be action that is being taken. All right. Woo! Wow, this person's feelings, the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the Tower, and the Knight of Pentacles. This person feels like all of the work that they've been doing in this connection, everything that they've been working towards or whatever, is just kind of like blowing away, or they may be like, it's kind of all for nothing. It's like there's this energy of where they're feeling like they keep showing up, but nothing is changing. They keep putting in work and nothing is changing. And now they're at this point where they're like, okay, something has to change. And it may be that it's something that triggered, like an action that you do that triggers their feelings, where they're like, I'm done. But that Knight of Pentacles is making me feel like, okay, we need to clear out the rubber. The rubber. Maybe, right? But that was not where I was going with this. We need to clean out the rubble, and we need to make this right, or we need to do this right. Or this person may also feel like, I'm done, and I need to slowly kind of walk away. I need to lick my wounds, kind of thing. This person sees you next week as the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the Judgment, and the 4 of Wands in reverse. Dare I say, it may be too late. Oh my goodness. That's what this makes me feel like. It's this energy of them. Now, this is just how they see you. So it doesn't necessarily have to be your truth, but it's theirs, right? So they feel like this is done. Like the 10 of Pentacles is like failed, freaking failed. Now, the positive is that the Judgment is here, which tells me that they see you as taking accountability, because the Judgment can be like, okay, like, I just have to be honest with myself. This is what I did, or this is what I've been, or this is who I've been, or but that 4 of Wands is making me feel like it's too late, or you are just now taking accountability, when they're like, no, you should have done that a long time ago. I hate to say that, right? Please reverse this if you guys need to, okay? Love my Leos, but it may be that. And you know, I like that the Judgment is here, because it's going to kind of trump the other cards, but because it's the major arcana out of these three, but so is the Tower out of these three. So I really want to say, if you're going to get your together, do it sooner than later. Okay. If opposition, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. It's time to take action. This is really just making me feel, because this says the courageous peony, and this is really about you and somebody else at odds because of something, okay? Because of some kind of repetitive behavior is maybe what it looks like. And it's telling you to be courageous enough to take action, away from something, towards, I don't know, rehab, or towards internal change, spiritual growth, emotional maturity, whatever your thing is. It's saying like now, right? Aries is not going to wait around. Okay. This is new moon and Aries energy. Aries is not going to wait around. It's going to do it, and it's going to be courageous about it. And so it's asking you to do that. Okay. Ooh, that was an intense reading. Sorry, Leos. I can't. Can't help how the cards fall, right? But thank you so much, Leo. I really appreciate it. I do hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. If you want to book a quick super chat, you can do so by going to hipsy.com/violettaalexis. You can find that in the description box below, or you can just click the link that is in the pinned comment section or the pinned chat box. Why do I always mess that up? Okay. Alrighty. We're gonna go ahead and do Virgo. What's up, Sarah? It's really nice to see you. Okay. Hold on. Let me just make sure to take my medication real quick, and let me just go pee. I swear to God, I'll be right back. Give me just 1 second. Alrighty. Okay. What's up, Janelle? Thank you so much, Lori, for advertising that. All right. Yeah, definitely. Vitamin C. I'm telling you, vitamin C, CoQ10. Really good for your skin. Alrighty. Oh, God, my freaking TMJ is terrible. All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and see what is going on between you and your person. All right, Virgo. In your feelings is the 9 of Pentacles. How you see this person is the 8 of Wands in reverse. This person's feelings for you is the Strength. And then how they see you is the King of Wands. So for some of you, this can be reversed because the second person is viewing Virgo as a masculine, okay? So if you're a feminine, it may be reversed. Keep that in mind. Okay. Is this the masculine? Reversed is no, upright is yes. Yes. Okay. So, yes. So this is the masculine. Okay. So 9 of Pentacles in reverse, the Emperor and the 5 of Cups. What is that 5 of Cups about? The 10 of Wands. I feel like there's just a lot of past stuff that has kind of happened. And you may be to be honest, it may be in your feelings that you wish you would have stepped it up more, or you may be having some regrets about not taking the lead or not being as supportive as maybe you felt like you should have, and you may be feeling a little bit insecure about it. I think that you want to take on more, or you feel like you want to be able to do more for this person. And you may be regretting that you have not. I think you're getting to this point where you're attempting to like detach a little bit from your own sad feelings about it, and you may be ready to actually do something about whatever that is. You could also feel like there's a little bit of codependency in regards to this connection, but it seems like you're trying to take control of it. You feel like you need to take more of the lead in this connection as opposed to take some kind of passive, be passive, take a passive approach. That's what I meant. how you see this person, we have the 8 of Wands in reverse, the Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles in reverse again. Oof. So, there may be these things where, and now whether this is the actual truth or just your truth, the 8 of Wands in reverse can be like we're forcing something. We're pushing our opinion on someone. We are forcing a connection. We are forcing something, right? That can be the 8 of Wands in reverse. Well, the Page of Swords in reverse is clarifying it with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, it's kind of making me wonder if this person is going to block you, has blocked you, or if this person, you see them as assuming something or coming up with a false narrative because of their own sense of codependency or because of their own internal insecurities or external, whatever it may be. And you may feel like this person is almost projecting those things onto you in one way or another. But it's interesting because the 9 of Pentacles in reverse is also in your feelings with that 5 of Cups there, which is making me feel as though you're internalizing some form of guilt because you may feel like you have caused this person to get here. That's what I'm kind of feeling like that 5 of Cups may be about. And so now you're kind of, because the 10 of Wands is like a taking responsibility. It can be taking on the responsibility, not just for me, but for everybody else. And that 5 of Cups is there, which is making me feel like you're taking responsibility for how you and this person got there. So whether that is valid or whether or not you actually need to be, I don't know. Only you are going to know if that decision is right for you. In this person's feelings, we have the Strength, the World, and the Queen of Swords. This person doesn't really have two minds about it, although that is Libra. This is somebody who's there. They still feel a lot of passion towards you. This is somebody who is holding on to you, but also maybe holding back a little bit. The World and the Strength, though, I mean, these are accomplishments. These are strong cards. But at the same time, this person is trying to think their feelings as opposed to feel their feelings. And sometimes when we're attempting to basically detach in some way, it could be because we've been hurt, either by said person we're attempting to detach from or because of past people. But it's really that sense of they're feeling like something is accomplished in regards to you and them. Maybe they are feeling like they're getting some kind of closure. It seems like they're feeling like they want to talk to you about some kind of closure. Or maybe some of you are just at a distance and they're wanting to close the gap. I really have no idea. But these aren't really bad cards. They're very strong cards. This person, their feelings are very strong. There's passion here. I mean, it's weird because it's like this person is also very emotionally strong, or they're very emotionally passionate about this, but I also feel like this is the type of person, at least within this connection, who's not going to be swayed with that Queen of Swords there. Like, they're not going to be manipulated. They're not going to be, you know what I mean? What's that World? The Three of Swords in reverse. They were heartbroken over something and now they're like over it. Okay, so King of Wands for how they see you. Mm. Ooh. They find you very attractive. They do feel like you take the lead. This is Leo again. Leo, Leo, Leo. Okay. Lots of kind of prominent fire energy here, I notice. Leo, Leo, Aries, very prominent. Doesn't mean that somebody has to be a fire sign, but it's very, very, fire is very passionate. It's also very purifying, right? But it's interesting that that Wheel of Fortune in reverse is there with that Six of Wands in reverse. Ugh. So if we're looking at the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, but it's in reverse, right? Jupiter went retrograde today as well. The Six of Wands in reverse is Leo energy, but it is negative Leo energy. Well, if we're putting, like, if we want to take a look at it and look at, like, for instance, Sun ruling Leo squaring Jupiter, right? That can be somebody who is overly confident for no reason, somebody who is pompous, somebody who only cares about themselves and only their perspectives matter and only their beliefs matter, and somebody who can be very offensive. So I'm wondering if that's kind of like how they view you sometimes. Although with that King of Wands there, I like that that's there, but that Major Arcana is going to trump over that. So this may be somebody who feels like you are very stubborn to change, or you're very this is what's right, and these are, like almost self-righteous in some way, but this is somebody who also does feel like you're taking the lead, and maybe they feel like you're not wanting some kind of spotlight on some things that you haven't changed yet, or your past patterns or something. But it's a really very interesting reading. Mercury. Jump in, adventure, say yes to change. Take time to breathe out. I really want to say there's something about conversations between the two of you that may seem to go, create a shitstorm. Excuse my language. And that Mercury, to that jump in and say yes to change, can be about like needing to be a little bit more mutable. Mercury is mutable when it comes to how we're thinking and how we're communicating. But first, we must uh, be more mutable in the way that we're thinking, more fluid in the way that we're thinking. It's okay to have a strong mind. It's okay to have strong opinions, but also if you don't allow that thinking to be challenged, if you don't allow what it is that you believe in to be challenged, is it really that strong a belief? Is it really that solid, that way of thinking? So, and I'm not saying that this is towards you specifically. It can also be towards this person or just towards this person, but it's basically saying be a little bit more fluid. Somebody needs to be a little bit more fluid in the way that they're thinking and not get so worked up when it comes to conversations or communication. I hope that that made sense, just because I see that take time to breathe out. So thank you so much, Virgo. I really, really appreciate it. If you guys want to book a super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that link as the pinned comment in the chat box. Ooh. In the chat box. In the chat box. That sounds so dumb. There's got to be like another word. The chat box. I'll just say in the chat. Anyway, thanks a lot, Virgo. Okay. Thanks, nobody. Oh my God, it's awesome, Janelle. Hello. All right. Okay, what is this music on my freaking screen? That's not working for me. I'm sorry. Hold on. This is not working for me. Give me 1 second, you guys. There's like some music on here that is just, it makes me feel like I'm in a weird dream, and it's just like not working for me. And I have to have some kind of decent music on here. Alrighty. What the hell is this? Where's my remote? Sorry, hold on. All right, I'm gonna lose it. Okay. Yeah, that was bugging me. Okay. No, that's not gonna work for me either. I need some Egyptian music. I really love listening to Egyptian music when I read. Yeah. There it is. Yay. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Oh my God. Hello. Return to sender. It's on my Amazon list. That you can go and get anyway. So yeah. All right. Let's see here. Must be soundtrack for your weird dream. God, I had such a weird dream the other night. I can't freaking remember what it was now. Oh, there was one dream I had where these spiders were coming from the sky on like their little silk webs or whatever, but the spiders were made out of diamonds or like they were. I just know that they were like jeweled, like, but they were like real spiders, but they were made out of diamonds. I thought that was so weird, and they were like coming from the sky. It was the weirdest thing. And I remember being barefoot and it was really foggy. It almost looked like the ground was like clouds, but it was like these spiders coming from the sky and they were diamond spiders. It was so weird, dude. So strange. Alrighty. Libra, hello. My beauty queens. Scarlett says, my Taurus, when emotionally struggling and with addictions, is scary. I can't see that far. And mean, vindictive, and does not know when to quit with it. The thought of going through a divorce with this guy scares me. Oh God. Well, yeah, I mean, I love Taurus energy when it's high vibe. I mean, I love all energy when it's high vibe, but yeah, Taurus energy, yeah. You think about Taurus second house. it- Taurus energy is very mine. That's Taurus, right? Mine. Okay. And that can also be with partners. And so I've definitely had those run-ins with Taurus. It can be definitely really scary. Oh my goodness. All right. Do you take B12? It gives me I don't. I do not take B. I don't just no. The biggest thing, like my biggest focus is always vitamin C and CoQ10 and probiotics. But I had to stop taking the 50 billion one because it was like giving me weird digestional digestion issues for some reason. I like upped it. So I had one that was 90 million and then I was like, "Oh, cuz more is better." I'm like, "No, it ended up causing me like weird problems." So, not doing that again. All right, Libra, in your feelings, the Queen of Pentacles, I love it. How you see this person, Knight of Wands in reverse, I don't love it. Their feelings for you, Eight of Wands in reverse, Three of Pentacles in reverse for how they see you, okay? The Nine of Wands and the Six of Swords. I mean, to be honest with you, I really like this energy. Um, I hope that music isn't too loud for you guys. I really like this energy because the Queen of Pentacles, when she's in the upright, she has a great sense of self-worth and of who she is, right? Speaking of Taurus energy, it's Taurus energy, it's Venusian. And but what I like about the Queen of Pentacles is she's not going to go all in with a man, right? Quote unquote. Okay. This is just all metaphor. Okay, but you get what I'm saying. So she's like, even if she gets married, right? Even if the Queen of Pentacles gets married, she's still gonna have a little stash on the side. You know what I'm saying? She's still gonna have a little business, and there's a bank account that you don't know about, you know? And while I'm not saying that's you, it really is about the deeper meaning of that. It's about that sense of independence and keeping your sense of independence because you know your worth and you want it to stay there. And that Nine of Wands tells me that you have very strong boundaries, maybe with this person, maybe you feel like you need to, maybe you just have strong boundaries in general. But with that Six of Swords, and maybe this energy of, well, if somebody's playing games with me or if somebody's going to try to make me bend my boundaries to a point that makes me uncomfortable, I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on, or I'm just gonna leave, or whatever it is. The Knight of Wands in reverse with the Four of Swords and the Devil. Oof. I don't like it. And I don't like it because so it's like the devil is not in the upright, okay? Now there could be like a weird obsession that this person may have, maybe, but it makes me feel like I don't know if this person's in rehab or is being hospitalized or something. I'm not saying anybody's going to the hospital, but the Knight of Wands in reverse, sometimes it can represent somebody who's trying to show off. It can represent somebody who has absolutely no direction, a lack of confidence, inconsistency, player-like tendencies. It could be that. With that Four of Swords, yes, it can represent healing, but that devil is there, which is making me feel like, how is this person healing? You may feel like they're healing through drugs and alcohol. You may feel like they're, healing or let's call it coping through pornography, and having negative coping mechanisms to deal with their things. And I don't know what the specific issue is, but it's something like that. And you may feel like this person won't even be honest with themselves about it, or they won't even like have any feelings about it, almost as if they're like detached from what it is. That's how you see it anyway. The Eight of Wands in reverse, the Five of Swords in reverse, and the Two of Wands for their feelings. This person may feel blocked out of your life. They may actually quite literally lack direction. They're kind of feeling like I can never win. The Two of Wands is telling me that they need to make a decision. They're not feeling confident in it though. They're definitely feeling very down. I think that they're maybe even ready to attempt to be different or break out of their comfort zone a little bit, but they may feel like that's forced, or they don't know how to do it. There's definitely a lack of direction or a lack of confidence in the direction that they're attempting to go, and I don't even know if they know what that is. But this also, the Two of Wands can also talk about, you need to leave this path behind if this is the one that you want. And they may not be feeling confident about that. It's almost like they want your reassurance, but they have too much pride to ask for it or something. Like reassurance. The Three of Pentacles in reverse for how they see you. For some of you, this person sees you in another relationship, okay? And they don't like that. For others of you, is that King of Wands supposed to be this person? Reversed is no, upright is yes, yes. Okay, so this person sees themselves in your energy. They feel like you don't really like what they're bringing to the table. They may want to apologize. They may want to offer something. For some of you, you're younger than this person. That's not for all of you. But that Three of Pentacles in reverse is how they see you. So they feel like you're not on board. You're not with the shits. Excuse my language. You're not eating whatever they're serving up. Why is that? The Three of Cups in reverse. Was it a third party? Gossip, rumors, drama? Because that can certainly be it. Mars, the Sea of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconscious to light. Show the world the real you. Well, I don't know who this is for. But there may be, like, potential is all well and good, right? Potential is great. That's wonderful. But if somebody is not giving into that potential, if somebody is not taking action towards that potential, it really means nothing. It means that you have a lottery ticket and you just want to sit on it. It means that you have all of the ingredients potentially to make that potential spaghetti, but you're just going to let it rot in the fridge. So then what is potential? Potential is nothing unless we take action, Mars, towards that potential. And it's really asking somebody to be honest with themselves more than anything. And I think it's also asking you, if you're this first person, to be true to yourself. Thank you so much, Libra. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that link in the description box below, or you can just click the link in the chat, the pinned chat. I could just never get that right. Why do I do that? Oh, God, that drives me crazy. My poor Virgo brain just needs a rest, honestly. All righty. Oh, yeah, I forgot I downloaded. Oh, my God, I'm so excited. I didn't tell you guys, I'm taking a fiction class at my writing workshop school, or whatever you want to call it. I'm so excited. It starts in November. I'm so happy. I took short fiction there. I took screenwriting 1 and screenwriting 2 there. And then I also took poetry there. And so I'm really excited to take fiction. Honestly, I'm stoked. Spiders in a dream represent anxiety, fear of feeling trapped. Diamonds are the crown chakra, inner strength, and beauty. Well, thank you for telling me that. I did not know that. That's really interesting. All right, let's go ahead and yeah, I'm so excited. Excited. All right, Scorpio, hello. I hope that you guys are super awesome. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. Why do I feel like Scorpio is so small in that corner? Are all of them that size? All right, Scorpio, the Magician in reverse. And your feelings. 10 of Swords for how you see this person. My God. The Fool. The Two of Swords in reverse for how they see you. Let's see. God, this looks a little wonky. The Magician in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse, and the Five of Wands. I think you have a lot of doubts about how you can get what it is that you want out of the connection. The Magician in reverse can certainly talk about self-doubt. So it can be about self-doubt around, well, yourself, obviously, and being able to have what it takes to make this work. And it can be because of something that happened in the past. We're like, oh God, I don't know. I don't know if I can either A, overcome what it is that they did to me, or you can be like, I don't know if I can get them to overcome what it is that I did. Whatever there is, there's bad feelings about it. There's a little bit of bad blood there. And there's still this energy of being conflicted about that past hiccup or about those issues. If I'm going to be honest with you, Scorpio, please feel free to reverse this if you need to. This could absolutely talk about needing to grow up, okay? And I really hate to say that, but sometimes the Six of Cups in reverse, especially when it is challenged by other negative cards, it can talk about needing to grow up, but it's in your feelings. So if you're feeling like, I kind of feel like I might need to grow up a little bit, then maybe that's the case, and you just need to do what you need to do. But I think that there's a battle going on within you about like, well, do I need to grow up or do they need to grow up? Well, maybe it's both of you, and emotional maturity isn't cheap, right? But to be honest with you, emotional immaturity is more expensive. And I think that give me one more. The Two of Cups. Oh, you love them. But God, you feel like it's so hard. You feel like it's so hard. It's like there's this deep connection, but it's this constant like grudges are being held. And then you implode with self-doubt. And, then you may even feel like you have to resort to manipulative games in order to get your needs met, and we've all done it, including myself. 10 of Swords for how you see this person with the Four of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Well, this isn't the action that you see them taking, it's just how you see them. So I'm wondering if you feel like this person is really disappointed. You may feel like they're always disappointed. You may feel like they're disappointed in regards to some kind of missed opportunity. You may feel like they feel betrayed in some way or another, or you may even feel like, yeah, but this isn't the action that they're taking though. So it's like how you see them. So it's like you feel as though they feel betrayed and they're disappointed with you and potentially even rejecting you in some way. Why? Because you took advantage of them? Because you didn't give them what they were worth or something like that? The Fool in reverse for their feelings. The King of Cups in reverse. Is that King of Cups in reverse this person? Reversed is no. No. So that King of Cups in reverse is supposed to be you. Okay. They love you or they feel a very deep connection towards you. I mean, that's there. It is there. All right. The lovers is not a connection that you get uh, you know, all the time. It's a once in a lifetime, twice in a lifetime maybe, but they don't really feel like it's safe to give to that. They feel like you're emotionally manipulative or they feel like you're arrogant or they feel like you just tell them whatever it is that they want to hear, so that way you can get into bed with them, or so that way you can have a relationship, or so that way you just can get some kind of need met. So there's this apprehension that they're having with that Fool in reverse. Like, the Fool in the upright is like a trust fall. I trust this. I'm gonna, but the Fool in reverse, The Two of Swords in reverse for how they see you. With that Queen of Wands, I feel like that Queen of Wands is them because they're viewing you as the masculine. This can be reversed for some of you. There's this energy of this person being incredibly attracted to you. And it seems like you're not avoiding something. Okay. But I feel like they're calling the shots with that Queen of Wands. And to that Justice, it seems like you're maybe making something right, which is making them more confident within the connection. Because I don't think it's that you don't want this, but I think maybe some emotional maturity maybe needs to be practiced or needs to be brought to the forefront. And no more like resorting to emotionally manipulative behavior or whatever it is. Reverse this if you need to. House 12. Big picture thinking. Visionary, inspired ideas. Adjustments are required. Well, what is House 12? Well, it's sometimes where we go to be alone. Maybe we're needing some space. House 12 can also be our subconscious, and sometimes we don't realize where these things are coming from, or sometimes the 12th house can also be like what other people can see about us that we don't always see about ourselves. And it may be that there are some issues that you don't see about yourself that this person does, that maybe and the house 12 can also be very humbling. I have my north node here. So maybe a need to kind of humble oneself, just because that 5 of Wands is in your feelings. Okay. If this is you, and it's telling you to like look at the bigger picture of something, and ask yourself how you can make these adjustments in order to get what you want, because there's something that needs to be let go of. There's something that we're needing to sit on a little bit, maybe needing to take some space and see the reality of that situation. So yeah, it's kind of about seeing the bigger picture, but that's going to be through some kind of healing or some kind of sacrifice, even, really, whatever that sacrifice may entail. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Scorpio. If you want to book a quick super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that in the description box below, or you can click the link in the chat. It will be the pinned comment. I give up. I give up, guys. Okay. Let's move on to Sagittarius. All right, Sag, let's go ahead and take a look. Your feelings. Okay. The Chariot, Cancer. The Judgment, Scorpio. Wow. The Ace of Cups. Okay. And the Eight of Cups. Well, didn't see that one coming. Let's see. Chariot, Knight of Swords in reverse. The Emperor. Woo. This isn't towards them. That Chariot's facing this way. Where are you going? What's that Knight of Swords in reverse? Something's triggering you. Something that you're learning. Maybe about them, about something else entirely. But you feel in control. You're in a position of power. You feel victorious. You're charging forward with something that you fear. But the courage is there. But it doesn't even feel like it has something to do with this person. It's like you're elsewhere. If anything, you're more detached from this connection, or it's like you're just kind of going with the flow of whatever the hell they're doing. Like you want it, come and get it, or you want this opportunity or not. Like it feels like you have bigger fish to fry, so to speak. And I don't want to say that doesn't mean that this person is not important, but it seems like you have some pretty big things going on and you're like, are you going to come on for the ride or not? That's what it looks like, you know? So I'm not saying you don't want this person. I think that's absolutely there, but it seems like you have some big things going on, or you have like a big picture idea of what you're trying to do, or what you have, the vision that you have for your life. And you're just kind of like, are you coming or not? You getting on the bus or not? You know? That was strange energy. How you see this person. Whoa. Oh, they're coming on the ride. Damn, the Emperor and the Empress. You see this as somebody who is your divine counterpart. But what's interesting, it's like that Empress isn't even really looking in your direction. She's kind of looking that way. But that King of Swords in reverse is looking over here, which makes me feel like their focus about you is what they feel like they don't know, or if they can trust where it is that you're leading them. Because that's what the Emperor does. He leads. The Empress is a receiver. And that judgment there, you see them as having a higher purpose. You see them as making these big decisions. You see them as being very beautiful, sexy, attractive, handsome, creative, intuitive, you know, like the queen of all queens, so to speak. And you feel like there's something about this. Like for some of you, you can be reconciling, or there's an opportunity to do so, but you're like, take it or leave it, toots. You know, it can kind of be like that, but at the same time, you may feel like that's how you need to be. But you feel like this is your, you know, it's gonna sound so corny, like your queen in a way, like you're equal, like your true equal, like you coming or not, you know, like here's the opportunity, like take it or leave it, you know. I feel like you want to impress them as well, but like that you're truly impressive is what it makes me feel like. So weird. Ace of Cups for their feelings. The sun, the death, damn. For some of you, we got a Leo and Scorpio here. Some of you, they could be a sun in Scorpio with that sun to be next to that Scorpio card. This person has a lot of love to offer and they feel that for you. You make them very happy, but there are some serious like changes, but I think that they're positive, that they're feeling that is happening, or that will have to happen in their own life in order to have this. This is like power couple vibes, dude. Like relax. Like you're embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Like I don't think I've ever had this. And they're ready to evolve. And like the weird thing is like they're not even afraid about it. Like this is somebody who's not afraid of you. Like they're not afraid of what you bring to the table. They're not afraid of what this is. Like this is kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie. Eight of Cups for how they see you with that Seven of Wands and that Ace of Swords. Yeah, I mean, like you see this Eight of Cups, right? You see how he's walking away, but he's looking behind. And so this is somebody who's like, listen, this is what it is. Are you coming or not? That's what it feels like. Cause I'm going to the Nine of Cups. I want to get what I want. And then are you coming along? Cause maybe we can get to the Ten of Cups or something like that. And this is somebody who feels like you're standing on business and you mean what you say and you say what you mean. And you know, this person could feel like you have people that are jealous of you, or this is going to be very specific, I'm sorry, but this person can feel like you have people that really want you, or people that are competitive for your attention, or something like that. And while I don't think that they even need to compete, because they're in your eyes, they're the Empress, and I think that they're very confident in themselves that they can make some kind of change, or that you will change, or something like that. But this is somebody who sees you as communicating what it is that you're attempting to achieve or maintain. Whew. Capricorn, yeah, talk about achievements. Pluto's in Capricorn right now. Called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Well, this really makes me feel like you and this other person have the very strong and uncanny ability to lift each other up, to empower one another, to help each other get to the top. If one person is feeling weaker that day, I feel like the other person will uplift that person. Like, but there's what's the negativity that needs to be released? The 10 of cups in reverse, the fear of commitment. If we're not being emotionally open, or if we're being emotionally unsupportive, that needs to go away, because it's like you got to have both, you know. And power, a lot of power can come from emotion, not just like, oh, this is how we're going to do things and one step in front of the other and this is our practical life. No, like, so being supportive of one another is very important, but this connection is going to challenge the both of you to step up in some way. I love it, to be honest. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. If you want to book and it's starting to run out of steam. That gym kind of kicked my ass. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that as the pinned comment in the chat. All right, let's move on to Capricorns. Oh my God, hi dark matter. Hope your day has been all. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. Vonnie, are you talking to me? Oh, what's up, Necessary Truths? It's nice to see you, baby. All right, let's see. Capricorn, let's see what you and your person have going on. This may be reversed. King of Pentacles, Tower in reverse, Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. See that? King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, the Moon in reverse. I love this. You feel very committed to this person, or you're wanting to commit to this person. You are raising the standard for yourself. You're putting in your hard work, your blood, sweat, and tears towards it. And any kind of fears that you had around financially supporting this person, or committing to this person, or getting married to this person, or doing the work that it takes in order to have a better relationship with this person, it's like you're letting go of those fears. You may feel like you want to be honest about those fears that you're having, maybe around work or around raising the standard in some kind of way. Okay, Vonnie, I gotcha. So I mean, I like it. There's really nothing. You may also be trying to work as well, or you're feeling like you want to work on being more emotionally vulnerable and open. But the King of Pentacles is like the type of guy or girl, whatever, to take care of you. You know, it's Capricorn, right? They're going to take care of you, you know, and they have a high standard for their performance and how they're showing up and what they can provide for another person. And so that's what that makes that those are your feelings towards this individual. And so I see you kind of setting the standard, or setting the bar a little bit higher than you have before. Ooh, it's almost like with that Tower in reverse, Page of Wands, and the Queen of Cups in reverse, you may feel like this person has serious, deep rooted, like, trust issues. And you may feel like it's hard for them to let go of that because of either their past with you, or because of some kind of childhood thing, or maybe something around a mother figure, whatever it may be. But you feel like they're still showing up, they're still communicating with you, even though there's a lack of trust there. Why is there a lack of trust? The Eight of Swords. They're stuck in their own head about it, to be honest. I'm not saying that you didn't do anything. I'm not saying that you did do something, but the Eight of Swords can talk about, like, it's self-imposed. So imagine somebody being like, "Oh my God, I'm scared. I'm gonna go lock myself in this prison cell." And then they lock themselves in there, and then they're convinced that they don't have the key, you know, or something like that. So it makes me feel as though this person, or at least how you're seeing them, they have a choice to make, but you may feel like they don't like the choices because they're having a hard time coming out of that prison cell out of a fear of trust. I hope I conveyed that okay. And it's really hard for them to let go of that. So maybe that's why you're trying to work on being more vulnerable. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Hangman in reverse. There's definitely some fears. There's some fears that they're having a hard time letting go of, and there's some hesitations that they're having a hard time letting go of, because the Hangman is Neptune, and when we're looking at negative Neptune energy, or let's say challenging Neptune energy, it can be like delusion, illusion, or am I actually being deceived? Like, what's going on here, and so they could be hesitant about that. So maybe they're feeling like they don't see the truth of you, or so there may be some hesitation, and they could kind of feel stuck there. So they're not really taking the action that maybe they would naturally take if they felt more trusting. And that Seven of Pentacles tells me that they're there, they're invested, but it's like just kind of floating on the surface. Does that make sense? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse with the Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles for how they see you. Wow. They may feel like you're a little stubborn at times. They may feel like as well like you're taking a long time to either commit to them or marry them, or move in with them or something like that. Give me one more on that. The Nine of Cups. They feel like you're very loving and things like that, but maybe it's that they feel you're a little stingy with your money. Um, they can't just feel like you're kind of you're at a standstill, or they could feel like the relationship is just kind of where it's at and it's not really moving. For some of you, you're already in a relationship, but it's like because the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's like we're not really moving, right? We're just kind of like there, or we're taking our sweet ass time to the point of where it almost feels like a retrograde, where something is going backwards. I don't mean that literally, but I love that the Four of Wands is here. I love the Ten of Pentacles. I love the Knight of Cups, because they see this with you, but they feel like something is taking a long time. We have Chiron. Ooh. And then we have I'm sorry, righting past wrongs, uprooting, and a time to give rather than take. Ooh. Somebody may. Okay. Ooh. It's possible that somebody may be blaming another person's wounds solely on their past that has nothing to do with them. But it may be that, especially with that a time to give rather than take, and then I'm sorry and Chiron and all of that, it may be that someone has been a small piece or a big piece of this person's wounds, or has added to it in some way, and may be needing to right some wrongs. Okay. I don't know who that is. I'm just saying somebody. Okay. Thank you so much, Capricorn. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that in the description box below, or you can just click the link in the pinned chat. Then we have Aquarius. All right. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. All right, let's see what you got, Aquarius. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. We have the High Priestess. Where do we go from here is what I'm getting. Where do we go from here? Do I walk? Is there a reason to stay? You're maintaining it. You're here, Aquarius. You're maintaining it. You're here, but you're not really sure what to believe. This can be for some of you, you have a lot of options in regards to love. Just putting that out there, and you don't really know which one to choose. And for some of you, you are simply juggling a lot of different options. I think that for some of you as well, you may be having a hard time if it's not necessarily about options, or whether it is or not. It can be about needing to make a practical choice versus like a choice around fantasy, and what maybe doesn't make sense versus what does. and trying to figure out how to follow that. And is this something realistic? Is this something practical? Does it make sense? Or am I just like sexually obsessed with this person, right? Seven of Cups is Venus and Scorpio. It can be a little, you know, and like, I get it. I'm a Venus and Scorpio, right? Not saying you are, but that's just the energy. So you're kind of figuring out like where to go. And so the decisions that you're expanding on, or how in the way that you're trying to expand, you may be having a hard time uh making a choice between practicality and like what's actually real and like what's not. So it can be a little bit about wearing rose colored glasses as well. So just a word of caution. Can you tell me more about that 7 of Cups? Yeah, it can be like an overindulgence. You may really like to indulge in this person's energy, or the sex might be really good. Okay, if this is like an intimate connection. But this can also be the connection where it's you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of Venus square Jupiter. And Venus square Jupiter, while these are both benefics and while they can be very beneficial, it can be also that energy of too much of a good thing. And I had this with somebody that I dated where my Venus and Scorpio was squaring their Jupiter and Leo. And it was very intense, and we loved spending time together, and we loved being together, and we were very much in the bedroom a lot. And it was very, sometimes it was like, you kind of feel like you're drowning in the all the goodness, but it can also start to create this friction as well. And it almost feels like something like that. Like, I don't know if you're spending too much time together, or and things can get a little hazy, and it's like you're spending way too much money in this connection, and then you're drinking too much in this connection, or whatever the thing is. It's like an overindulgence in something that feels good, right? And and then it keeps on those rose colored glasses. And I also had Mars, my Mars square that person's Pluto. It was and then my Mars conjunct their moon in Capricorn. It was woo, y'all have no idea. So let's go ahead and see that 7 of Swords for how you see them. So that 7 of Swords tells me that you feel like this person is, especially with the star. So this is double Aquarian energy. For some of you, maybe this is reversed, but you view this person as probably protecting oneself. But at the same time, the 7 of Swords can represent like what I need to do that's best for the group, right? Best for you and them. So you may feel like that's where their focus is. If you needed forgiveness, you could feel like this person gave it to you. If you both needed forgiveness, or whatever it is, you feel like they're giving that. Okay, whether it's an apology, whether it is giving you forgiveness. And now the 5 of Cups in reverse is like, okay, what can I do with what's left? How can I turn this into a positive? And the star is here. So there's a healing element to it. There's a beautiful healing element that you feel like this person brings into your life. You may feel like they're very compassionate, and they're very open about their past, and very vulnerable about their past, even, or their past mistakes, and they share a lot with you. Although maybe they are protective of oneself, you probably feel like this person, I can bet you, is probably very protective over you as well. At least that's what I'm getting. The 4 of Pentacles in reverse for their feelings. Yeah, there's that Jupiter energy. Venus and Scorpio, Jupiter. See, I'm telling you, there's something that is like overdoing it in this connection. And this person may feel like they have spent a lot of money in this connection. This person may feel like you guys overdo it. This person may feel like, this is unhealthy. Maybe there's a level of codependency. It feels like a very addictive relationship, or a very like all consuming kind of relationship. And it stresses them out a little bit, you know? It kind of stresses them out a little bit. Tell me about that Temperance in reverse, the Star in reverse. There's something where it's so consumptive, this connection, that it's like, for instance, let me try to think of an example. If you guys have a big fight, and then you come back together too soon, and then we're back in the windmill of it all, and we're getting overthrown by the waves of the ocean of this fucking relationship, right? And it's like, I didn't even get to breathe or get get the water out of my lungs from the last interaction we had. Or does that make sense? And so it's like, they may feel like they're giving a lot and they're losing a lot as well, or it's almost like a drain a little. I hate to say that, but that's what it feels like to me. The High Priestess, the Three of Wands, and the Ace of Wands for how they view you. Wow. Very sexual. This is a very, listen, if you are not intimate with this person, or if the sex sucks, this is not it. Okay. Because this is a connection where this person feels like you are very sexy, very desirable, highly intuitive, very in tune with what it is that you feel, can't hide shit from you, right? And with that Three of Wands to the Ace of Wands, this is somebody who feels like you're very motivated. You're always looking for that next fix with them, or you're motivated to have a reason to celebrate with them, and to, there's that. So, very sexual connection. This person may also feel like you inspire them a lot as well, but it can feel very consumptive. House 11, well, that's your house. Forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Look at the bigger picture. So, it makes me feel like, what is the goal here? Right? That can be house 11. What is the goal here? What are we doing? Because the house 11 can also be about the rewards from the work that you've done. And, like, are we celebrating too quickly, right? Are we celebrating too quickly? Have we formed a foundational fundamental bond that we're going to be able to build on, or are we just like doing drugs on the roof of the house with no flooring? It's like, what are we doing here? And it's like somebody's needing to be the lead of that example. Like somebody is needing to lead by example in one way or another. So it's like, where do you want this to go? Leslie, welcome to the Dragon family. I really appreciate that. Everybody hashtag Leslie in the chat, please. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, Aquarius. Whitney Bobby. So don't say that. Yeah, it was difficult because, like, I was very jealous and possessive in that Venus square Jupiter connection. Like, very jealous, very possessive. Like, I was just always like, my mind was always, on freaking edge about everything, but like I would give it all, and the sex was so good. And then, like, he was very egoic, like, just like so prideful, and so, but like when it was good, it was so good. But it sucked because my Mars, which is exalted, was exactly conjunct his moon in Capricorn, which is debilitated. So I had this like exalted masculine energy, and he had this like wounded mother energy, and it really like messed up who was the leader in the connection, because I have a very strong masculine energy, and Mars and Capricorn can very much be like that, you know father figure. um and that moon in Capricorn kind of wants to run away sometimes, or wants to suppress and hide its feelings. And my Mars in Capricorn is not going to quit. So it was a lot, man. It was really a lot. It was a lot. Very intense. This was great though. It really was. So, Pisces. Pisces, welcome to your portion of the reading. Sorry you had to hear that. Your poor virgin ears. Oh, what's up, Fireball Baby? Why'd you change your name? All right, let's see here. She said not crack, though. My God. Can you guys hashtag Leslie, please? Thank you, Dark Matter, and thank you, Dark Designs. Knight of Pentacles in reverse for your feelings. The Moon in reverse for how you see them, the Hierophant in their feelings, and the Fool for how they see you. Let's see. You're being a stubborn little turd, you know? You're not feeling super confident in the connection, but you're showing up anyway. You're trying to make the most of it. You're trying to remain optimistic, even though you have your doubts. And this may be this energy of potentially you caring too much about what other people are going to think, or you caring too much about what this person thinks. And whatever the case may be, it seems like you are kind of resistant a little bit, digging your heels into the mud. And there's a little bit of resistance there. Why is that? The Seven of Cups in reverse, you feel like you see the reality of a situation. Your rose-colored glasses may be off. Okay. Thank you, nobody. But like you're showing up, but like not, big and bright and bushy-tailed. You're more just like, okay, okay. But you're trying to remain optimistic, but you're not confident because you're not wearing rose-colored glasses. And I don't know what that means. I don't know what you think that you see or what you actually see or what reality check you feel like you got, but you're definitely digging your heels in a little bit. Okay? Like you're not all the way that you're showing up and you're, have a smile on your face and da 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 da, but thank you, sissy. The Moon in reverse for how you see them. With the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. What are we doing here? What's that Seven of Pentacles in reverse about? The World in reverse. For some of y'all, they just owe you money. For others of you, a secret may have come out about this person that you really didn't like. You may feel like they're putting a little bit of distance between you and them, or you may feel like they're kind of defending themselves in some way. It's like you feel like they're showing up and they're maintaining something, but it almost feels like, once again, nothing's really moving forward, either because you feel like they don't trust it, or you feel like they have a secret that they're hiding, or there's just kind of like some fears on their side. But you feel like there's some unfinished business around something that you like they're supposed to be invested in when it comes to you. So, maybe you guys have just been talking for a really long time, and you're like, listen, I don't really want to take this further unless I have a commitment or something like that. And you may just be like, well, they're just wasting my fucking time, like, and they're just like ignoring this or whatever. They're like maintaining what is already there, but nothing's really going anywhere. And you may also feel like they lose their patience a lot with you in one way or another. You may feel like they're trying to delude you in some way. What's up, Undeniable Tarot? The Hierophant for their feelings. What's the King of Swords in reverse? The Seven. Why? God, I hate it when they do this to me. The Death in reverse. They may feel guilty about something that they have not let go of. Okay. They may be guilty about lying to you about something that they have not changed, or they said they were going to change that they didn't. I do think that they are committed to you, though. There is a very strong commitment. They may feel a spiritual connection, da 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 da. This is somebody who feels like, okay, this is somebody I can build with, right? That can kind of be Hierophant. Maybe you guys have the same religious or spiritual beliefs, or I don't know, whatever the fundamental thing is. They feel like you guys have it. And so they like the truth of that. Um, but they feel like they need to be honest with you about something. And I think that they probably will. And they may be hiding something. And the way that I can explain this person may feel guilty because they either said they were going to change something and they didn't, or they said they were going to let go of something and they didn't. But ultimately, they know that they have to be honest. They know they have to evolve. The Fool for how they see you. The Fool, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Cups. They love you. I really do believe this person loves you, but and I even think they're committed, but there's a guilt here. And they may feel like you're willing to go at it on your own and pull back your energy if you're not going to get your needs met. And they feel like you're very emotionally mature, you're showing up, you're very emotionally intelligent, yada, yada, yada. And maybe even they feel like, you know, you want to take a leap of faith, but at the same time, they may feel like you're going to start to pull back your energy if you're not getting what it is that you want. House 8, I'm telling you, something's going to be, I don't want to say be exposed. That sounds like such a toxic thing. Lightworker, starseed, serve the world by being you, and then a time for healing. This feels more like a message than it feels like it's advice. I really think that this person may have some skeletons in their closet, like we all do to a point, right? But I don't think that whatever those are, I don't think that they resonate with that anymore, or it's not who they want to be. And with this double mission, serve the world by being you, I feel like they're on a different path, but it's almost like the path that was before the path they're on now almost needs to be cleared out or something. And so I think there's going to be an opportunity to heal this connection or for them to heal themselves by expressing something to you. I do think they're going to be honest. I just don't. Can you tell me more about what this is about? The forest or something that they haven't recovered from, something they haven't healed from. You know, the Four of Swords in reverse, it can't talk about an injury, okay? Whether it's physical or metaphorical, but the Four of Swords in reverse can also talk about like somebody who has not overcome something that has caused them a lot of pain. And I don't know if that's like, you know, drugs, alcohol, you know, sex addiction, you know, hello house 8, right? I don't know what it is. I'm not saying that that's what it is. God, don't freak out, right? But something they haven't recovered from. So thank you so much, Pisces. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Alrighty. Super chat time. Super chat time. Da, 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 da. Alrighty. Cool. I have to pee really quick. Give me just a second. Alrighty. Nobody, why do you keep talking about false kings? What false kings? Are you talking about like Diddy? Like what false kings? What are we talking about here? Uh Oh, damn, Vonnie. Okay. Vonnie was not playing around, period. Okay. We'll go ahead and shuffle some of these. I do have to use the restroom, so give me just a sec. Let me shuffle these and then let me use the restroom. I might not even need a second deck, but just in case. I was asking that same thing, Brady Red. I was like, what? What are you talking about, buddy? What false kings? Like, are they talking about my exes? I don't. Are we talking about Diddy? God, that case is just plain awful. Oh, definitely not Vonnie. I'm rich off of poetry and love, baby. Poetry and love. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're welcome, Sissy. Good night. I can't remember if I replied. All right. Give me 2 more shuffles and then I'm gonna go pee. Thank you. Ugh. No, definitely not, Sissy. I don't think so. God, I don't even want to use that stuff anymore. God, that's so sad. You know, and that's really the thing. I was talking to somebody about that today where I was like, dude, you know, because they were talking about like, oh, well, you know, I want to be a preacher, but I really feel like, people demonize money in a way, and I was like, well, I don't know. I think that money demonizes people, it certainly can. And I think anybody who's had a taste of it can certainly say that that can be the case sometimes. Um, but I really, it's very interesting that when you get to the top, you really wonder what people had to do to get there. But I think that if you're, well, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really solidified that opinion yet, so I don't want to speak on it, but it becomes addictive. You know what I mean? It becomes addictive, that money, and then you don't want to see it go. And so then it's like, well, what are you willing to do to keep it? And then, walk through this door, walk through that door, and like, no. I rather just kind of live like a humble life a little bit and try to just be okay with that, which is hard for a Taurus rising, right? Moon and Taurus, right? I want all the nice things. But sometimes I look at that and how power corrupts people so much. But it's really like the truth of humanity, you know. It's the truth of humanity. And I really think that the people who have had a lot of power and then it's stripped from them and then it's given back, I feel like sometimes those are really the people that will handle it better, or people that don't want the power in the first place. Does that make sense? Anyway, let me go pee. I'll be right back. Oh, Jaguar. Yes. I love her. Oh my God, I freaking love her. All right, let's see here. We got my girl Lucine Taurus here, currently in a no contact with my Gemini. Could you look into his current feelings, thoughts, intentions, whatever comes out? Thanks, love, and have a great day. Oh, you're so welcome, sweetheart. Anytime. All right, let me see. Um, what are the feelings that uh the Gemini has towards Lucine? Three of Swords in reverse. The Tower. They feel like something has happened emotionally that has really changed something for them emotionally. And it's something that they're having a hard time overcoming. They may also feel like something happened that they realize is going to change the connection forever, or simply has changed the connection forever. I don't think that they've necessarily overcome some kind of heartache between you and them if they are heartbroken for whatever reason, or they may feel like you haven't, but this is their feelings, you know what I mean, about like what's going on, not what they think that you feel. So it makes me feel like they haven't totally overcome something, but they are willing to work with the change. They are willing to kind of like let the tower fall, and the tower falls so that we can rebuild something usually. What are their intentions? 10 of Wands in reverse, Two of Pentacles. They still want to keep this in the air, or they want to maintain this, but they don't want to make things harder than they need to be. And for whatever reason, I don't know if you guys just have like a very lengthy past or what, but that's kind of what I got with them. Thank you so much, Lucine. We have Kels. Hi, Violetta. Is Xavier the new Sagittarius that I've been talking to going to lead to a happily ever after, healthy marriage and kids together? I'm a Taurus female. Thanks, we damn all these Tauruses. Shit. All right, let me see. Where is this going to lead? as we see a mother cooking cooking cookies for her child, right? Four of Pentacles, Ten of Swords in reverse, the Justice, the Four of Cups in reverse. I think it absolutely can. But I think that there are some issues that are long standing, either that have nothing to do with one another within the dynamic, or that are actually in the dynamic. So if you've had a history with this person, it seems like there needs to be some things that are first overcome in order to actually solidify the relationship potentially. Now, I don't know if that's just somebody needs to overcome their financial issues, or somebody needs to get their finances together, or whatever it is, but I think that there's the energy of being able to have a responsible, Four of Pentacles and the Justice is like very responsible, very committed, connection. So I think the potential is there. The Four of Cups in reverse, though, Ten of Swords in reverse. Maybe we're needing to right some wrongs. Maybe we're needing to be more grateful for each other. Maybe we're needing to let go of some bad blood or whatever it is, or overcome the financial issues. Ultimately, I feel like there's potential, but those things must be overcome first. Thank you, Kels. Then we have Brenda. Hello, Brenda. Hi, Violetta. It's been a while. Love keeping up with you. Oh, it's nice to see you. My love is turbulent as always. Oh, I'm sorry. Things have been getting steamy with a coworker. I'm wondering if there's any permanence to it, or it's just sexual tension between us. Okay, let me see. First of all, let's see where this is going. Queen of Cups in reverse. Strength. The Three of Cups. Why the Queen of Cups in reverse? The Eight of Pentacles. The Magician in reverse. So, you may start to have a little bit of trust issues, or have some emotional negative feelings. And it can be because you just feel like, oh, well, this person is like just manipulating me to get me into bed, or, and while they're just kind of, sticking to their, like, this is just a work thing, this Eight of Pentacles, right? This is just a coworker thing. So you can start to get a little suspicious, or you can start to feel like a little emotionally unwell, because you feel like something that you've been manifesting isn't really coming into fruition, even though you've been putting in the work. That strength, though, with that Three of Cups tells me that there's passion here, there's coming together, but the Three of Cups can sometimes represent more of a friendship. What does he want with her? The Page of Cups in reverse. I would say, and I hate to sound negative, right? But just be a little bit cautious of any kind of emotional manipulation, any kind of victimization, or trying to make you feel bad about something, or guilting you into something, or whatever the case. I don't know if this is somebody that's willing to be like overly vulnerable or something like that. I see the passion here. I see the friendship. I see the coming together, but that may start to kind of wear on you a little bit. Okay. So just be cautious. We have fire. She's like, I'll say. Then we have baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense, and expect powerful change. So it's asking you to be confident with what it is that your intuition is trying to tell you, and attempting to take baby steps from there. It's trying to also tell you not to ignore your intuition under any circumstances. I'm not saying like you're going to regret it, but I can't think of one time where I didn't listen to my intuition and I didn't regret it, right? So just a word of caution. But I think that you can expect some powerful change as long as you stay confident in that relationship that you have to your intuition. You know what I mean? So thank you so much, Brenda. It's nice to see you. All right. We have Yvonne. Do Christian and I have a future, or should I let go? What's to come of these two? Do they have a future? Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. Tell me more about that. The Six of Cups. What should she do in regards to this connection? The Ace of Cups. Well, I mean, I think that there's more of a fear of abandonment. I think that there may be some time that's needed apart. I think that there's potential. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Cups. It's a very loving bond. It's a gift, but I also feel like this is here to teach you about self-worth and self-value, and your own sense of femininity. And just receiving instead of feeling like you have to do. I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. The Ace of Cups, I feel like, is what he wants. So I think that he wants love. I think he wants vulnerability. I think that he wants that emotional connection. I just think with that Five of Pentacles, there may be a little bit of push-pull energy there, or there may be some stubbornness there, or, it's Saturn in Taurus, so it's like, oh God, this is fucking taking forever, right? It's like Saturn in Taurus. Saturn already takes forever. Then you put it in Taurus, and it's like, okay, this is taking extra long. So it's like, well, you got to ask yourself if it's worth it. And it may be that you're going to have to go through some annoying changes and kind of transformations in order to eventually have this. But I think it can be rewarding. It's just asking, like, are you willing to wait? Thank you so much, Yvonne. Uh, Yvonne times two. What is the best thing I can do for myself at this moment? I'm stuck in some deep rooted issues. How can I come over this and allow happiness in my life again? The Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles. To be honest with you, if it's telling you that the Emperor is the best thing that you can do for yourself right now, the Emperor is like, I don't have time for BS, and I don't have time to deal with these little fishes in the pond. I have bigger fish to fry. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, especially if you're looking at the Emperor, right? It's like you see him, he's not even looking at that Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And then that can kind of represent non-commitment, something that's not coming to fruition, something that is failing, or something that's not stabilized. And like, what's this little effort over here compared to the Emperor, right? So it's like, and it's not saying that baby steps can't be taken. It's not saying that you can't accept these, but it's asking you to take charge of your own life. So what does that mean for you? Like, I really want you to think about like the person that you want to be. So the person that you want to be, I want you to write down on a piece of paper. I want you to write down what are the qualities that I want and what is it that I want to succeed at. And then on the other side of that paper, I want you to write down what that looks like and what that would take for you to be that person. What is that person doing right now? What is that person doing tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.? Are they sleeping in? What is that person doing tomorrow after work? And, what do they do for work? So it's something like that. And then we have, let me pull three more here. Nine of Swords in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse. It's asking you to not get triggered, to not start like overthinking or celebrating small wins. So for instance, if he like texts you, right? And then you get like super giddy and you get, oh my God, I'm so excited, right? And then you don't hear from him for a week. Like, don't celebrate that. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to figure out how to level your emotions. The best way that you can do that is by putting all of the focus and energy onto yourself. And it's really funny that when we stop focusing on others and we start to focus all of the energy on ourselves, it's funny how they also focus that energy on us as well. And it's very subconsciously psychological, I believe. But it's telling you not to freak out, not to keep yourself in the house waiting on a call or waiting on a text, or start to get really insecure because something feels inconsistent. That has nothing to do with you. What does have to do with you is when you're giving your energy to someone whom is being inconsistent with you. And while I'm not saying that's what it is, I'm just giving you the general advice. Okay, so the Queen of Swords in reverse can be like getting overly emotional about something, or about something that someone else is doing, and now that's an internalized insecurity, when it's like, just don't do that, because you don't want to wind yourself up over something that probably has really nothing to do with you in retrospect. I hope that makes sense. So it's really about, then we have Sagittarius energy. So this is about being optimistic, being free, being open to adventure, focusing on your faith. This says longing for home, homesick for the stars. Really interesting, because Sagittarius is such like a travel sign or an exploratory sign. And then it says like homesick for the stars, longing for home. So it's like, where do you belong? And sometimes, and there's their emotions running high. My God, excuse me. That was weird. And then we have emotions are running high. So I think that sometimes it's like we're trying to find a place where we feel like we fit in, or where other people accept us. Instead of doing that, just try to live in your most authentic energy that you possibly can, and watch yourself like collect people, places, or situations or opportunities that are authentic to you. Does that make sense? So sometimes it's really not about fitting in somewhere. It's about creating a space that will allow people, places, and things that are authentic to that space to gravitate towards you. Thank you, Yvonne. And then we have Birdie. Divorced man, 6 years now, in a friend zone situationship. Who knows what? LOL, with a Virgo woman. She's somewhat of an avoidant, really looking for her feelings, possible intentions with us, and perhaps an outcome. You're awesome, so I trust you. Just doing a reading you think fits. We are both Libra Venus also. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, let me see. Let me see what her feelings are. What are her feelings for Birdie? What does she want with him? Hmm. This is very complex, Birdie, and I'm going to tell you why. So, you see, this is her feelings, right? I'm like, how interesting that he feels so friend zoned when these are her feelings. And what this makes me feel like is she's not confused. She's not unsure about what's available or what's on the table. She may even feel like you have something to offer that is substantial. And she may even feel like you're incredibly emotionally supportive. And she likely knows that if she wanted a relationship with you, that she could have one. The good thing is that she feels like you have something substantial to offer. And because she feels emotionally supportive of you, she's not uncertain that whether or not she can trust you. Now, the one thing I will say is when I ask what she wants and I have the High Priestess in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse to the Temperance, she doesn't want to force anything that she herself is not sure about. The High Priestess in reverse is like not really trusting your intuition sometimes, or like just trying to keep something to yourself right now. And the Eight of Wands in reverse can be like, well, I don't want to feel pressured. Not saying that that's what you're doing. I don't want to feel pressured, or I don't want to force something I'm not ready for. The Temperance can talk about, I'm very happy with what is right now. So, really, at the end of the day, it's about whether or not she's going to take you up on the offer of what you have to offer, which seems like, okay, I don't want to assume, but it says 10 of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So, financial security, maybe, emotional security, a long term trusting relationship. She's not confused about that's what you have to offer. But it's more so that she doesn't want to feel pressured into something, and she just is at peace with what is right now. Let's see. Uranus, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts, and work through your fears. So whatever fears you may have around this, it's probably asking you to break free with that Uranus energy. It's probably asking you to keep it light, to remain, in your childlike energy within this connection, which is probably going to make her feel more comfortable when things are very lighthearted. So any kind of fears that you have, or insecurities, or feeling like you want to move things along faster, I would just kind of break free of that thinking and just try to go with the flow, which I know you're probably like, I've been going with the flow. That's really sometimes all you can do. You know what I mean? So showing up as your innermost loving self, and trying to break free of whatever fears, because it's like, you can smell fear on people. And I'm not saying like you're, terrified, shaking in your boots or anything like that, but fears around maybe not getting that commitment, or not, and when people feel like there is that on the table where it's like there's some kind of pressure, it makes people anxious. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, or that you're doing that on purpose or anything. It's just, especially with women, right? We have that, men too, but it's a woman's intuition for a reason, right? So we can kind of like feel that, which can make us kind of feel like a little scared rabbit, right? So I hope that I got that information across to you. Okay. Thank you, Birdie. Because it's really nice to like be in the presence of a man and not feel like he wants something from me. It's really nice to be in the presence of a man where I can just simply be my most authentic, vulnerable self, and I don't feel like he's waiting for the other shoe to drop, or he's waiting for me to give him something. There's no pressure, there's no judgment, there's no like, oh, I have to perform or I have to be a certain way. There's none of that. It's just being. And that's the best gift that you could probably give a woman, honestly. Then we have India. Can you tell me anything about my upcoming trip? Should I consider canceling? What's going to happen on this upcoming trip? The Judgment in reverse, the Two of Cups in reverse. Oh. If you're looking to connect with somebody, you can either maybe not go the best, or somebody may not take accountability for something. If this is like a romantic trip that you're going on, if it's not that, you can kind of feel like you misjudged a situation. You're like, oh, I don't know if and wanting to disconnect from something, to be honest. What should she do about her trip? Should she go? Three of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. If something just doesn't feel right, I would probably listen to that. It may even be telling you not to spend the money. You may find that you and somebody else are not on the same page if you're going to meet somebody there. Nine of Pentacles in reverse can also make you feel like you're working extra hard to prove something to someone. So I don't know if or I can just be telling you to be careful of your money. Okay. So I don't know if this like another person is involved or this is like a solo trip, but thank you so much, India. Yvonne, how does Christian secretly feel about me? Oof. Okay, let's see. The Lovers in reverse. The Eight of Cups in reverse. The King of Pentacles in reverse. The Knight of Swords. It's almost like that energy of he'll keep coming back if you let him. King of Pentacles in reverse will sometimes step on another's neck in order to get something that they need, or will drag somebody else down to get something that they need, or oh my god, there's a oh my god. I was talking about the diamond spiders and they came to get me. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Yvonne. Oh, I saw it crawling up. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh my freaking god, dude. Okay. Woo, sorry about that. Alrighty. Lovers in reverse, Eight of Cups in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Swords. So, the Lovers in reverse is absolutely a disconnect, a miscommunication. Sometimes can be a little unrequited feelings sometimes. And sometimes the Lovers in reverse shows up when we're feeling like there's not a foundation. There's not something fundamental. We have a different view on religious or spiritual beliefs, or we have a different view on something else altogether. Basically, something isn't grounded in reality, but he may sometimes feel like he keeps being drawn to this, or even sometimes feeling like he's settling in this because he wants something from you, but it may be more in a practical sense, or maybe more, like he needs something from you, like trying to take something from you. Um, what's that? Hold on, I'm gonna pull one more. Knight of Swords, Five of Cups in reverse. Now I'm paranoid. I think he wants quick communication. I really do. I think he wants fast movement forward. But there's this very there's this very weird, wishy-washy back and forth energy between the two of you. And he may be, he may want to be forgiven, or he may want you to ask for forgiveness, whatever the thing is. But it's tainted by something. It's tainted by his own needs and wants, and it's like he's completely uncertain sometimes. It's like he wants that love. He wants that connection. But it's like it's almost like he's so disconnected with himself. How could he possibly? Ugh, girl. Alrighty. Yep, you need assault rifle. Listen, at this point, I'll take a damn shotgun. Okay. All right. We got Paris. Violetta. Love her. Does Cancer realize why I cut him off and future actions, if any, towards me? Does he realize why does he think that she cut him off? The Hangman and the Empress in reverse. He may have felt like you felt as though you were giving too much to the connection at the expense of yourself and your self-worth and your self-value, and he may feel like you needed to let this go because you saw something from a different angle. Hmm. Any future actions towards her? The Nine of Cups and the Devil in reverse, this is more like of a self-focused energy, and he is realizing some kind of toxicity, but I don't know if it's about you or about him, okay? It's like an awareness of a fear, an awareness of a toxic behavior, an awareness of something negative, but he's like content. He's like either content with that or he's just focusing on him. So I don't really see any specific action towards you. It's like just kind of chilling and being content with where he's at. Thank you, Paris. All right. Ileana, how does the person trying to talk to me feel about me? We both showed vulnerability and he fell back. How does he feel about her? The Knight of Cups. Okay. The Queen of Wands. He thinks that you're very sexy. Feels very emotionally drawn to you, wants to show up even more vulnerable than he may have been. But the Knight of Wands in reverse, why is that there? The Five of Wands in reverse. His ego may be in the way. Especially if he feels like you're a knight and he's a knight and you're a queen, he may feel intimidated by that. That might be why that knight of wands in reverse is showing up with that five of wands in reverse, and he doesn't want to get his ego hurt. Men are so funny sometimes. The Chariot, the five of swords in reverse. I don't think he's going to want to lose this though. So I feel like he's going to take action towards you with that Chariot, but it feels like it's more of an insecurity thing. Be careful of player shit. Okay, excuse my language, but be careful of player stuff. I just have to say it because of that Knight of Wands in reverse. But it makes me feel like intuitively I got that there may be an intimidation factor of him, I don't know, feeling that you're better than him, something like that. You have square, you have star bathing, light body, crystal, grid, transmission, activation. The end of a tough cycle approaches. I mean, I do think that there's going to be a challenge between the two of you. The good thing about a square in astrology is that it's like diamonds are made under pressure, you know? And I feel like if we're able to do that, or if he's able to overcome his own insecurities or whatever it may be, I think that that's when true progress can be had or can happen. So, but it seems like maybe he needs to get over himself a little bit. You know, I think we've all been there, right? Thank you so much, Ileana. Then we have Summer. Hello, wondering about two potential interests. May I have two cards for M's thoughts and two for B's thoughts about me? Thank you. Absolutely. All right, Summer. We have let me see. Show me M's thoughts around Summer. King of Wands in reverse, Two of Wands. This person, they feel like they have a little bit of an ego hit when it comes to you. I don't know if they, we're just getting this for Ileana. I don't know if they're insecure. I don't know if they feel like they just can't lead. I don't know if they, I don't know what they feel. It could be a sense of intimidation, but that Two of Wands is making them feel like they need to, they're trying to plan something or there's a decision that they think that they need to make. They may feel like maybe I need to get over myself, maybe I need to do something different in order to have a different outcome, because that King of Wands in reverse can talk about like toxic masculinity. It can talk about somebody who's a man, specifically a masculine energy, who's feeling insecure and they feel like they have to lead with their ego or they have to prove something, or and he's feeling like he needs to decide what to do, or maybe he has a choice between people. I don't know, or maybe he thinks that you do with that two at once, because you did tell me that, so I don't know if he knows about that. But show me B, the Hermit in reverse, and the Page of Swords. Okay. He's wanting to come out of his shell a little bit. I think a little bit more than he has, maybe. I think that he's probably stalking you or watching you, more curious about you, I think, than anything. I think this person, before you met them, was on a big solo journey, or maybe even a dark night of the soul a little bit. I think that you've kind of you've brought B out of this. And he seems to be more curious about you, wanting to know more, wanting to learn more about you in one way or another, wanting communication, but he's definitely stalking you a little bit. So I don't know. I feel like B maybe looks a little bit better. Okay. Thank you so much. And then we got Jackie. How does VH really feel about me? Or we are on and off, and I want to know his intentions. All right. How does he really feel about Jackie? Six of Swords in reverse, Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Two of Swords in reverse. Oof. Well, he knows that something can't be avoided anymore. I think that there's an energy or an interest of wanting to come back around, but I'm not going to lie. This person is tired as okay. This person is really tired with that Nine of Wands in reverse. The Nine of Wands is like, oh, I can't do this anymore. You know, it can kind of be like that. But at the same time, I think that they're the type of person when it comes to you to give into those whims, to keep going back in one way or another. Because the Nine of Wands in reverse isn't just about giving up, it's about giving in sometimes. But I will say that they're very tired and they feel like a failure. Their intentions with you: the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse, the Ten of Cups. Oh my God, what the hell? Let me show you this so you can see. Okay, those are their feelings, intentions. I don't think this person is going to change. Their intent is to have a relationship with you. That's what they genuinely and intentionally want. But at the same time, this could be someone who feels entitled, somebody who creates drama, somebody who is going to, subconsciously or purposely cause drama so that way you guys can have a return or can have a comeback around. But this can also talk about, like I said, a sense of entitlement. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here, which is like Jupiter in reverse, right? Which can be like it. If we're looking at Leo energy, which is what Six of Wands is in a negative light, we're looking at the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter in a negative light, right? Or in a challenging light. It is very pompous. It is very me, and I get what I want, and da 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 da. So I don't know if this person is willing to make like certain changes that you expect. We have the North Node, the Void, and have faith in your dreams. Where are we going with that North Node? The Nine of Wands. So this is about the North Node, whatever it touches, it's going to want more of that thing. It's the dragon head in astrology, right? It like wants to consume and consume, where the South Node like shits everything out. Excuse my French, right? The bottomless pit. That Nine of Wands to the North Node makes me feel like you really need to draw up healthy boundaries, put a little bit of fight in your step, and what's that stop, embrace, winner thing? Justice. You need to do what's right for you. You need to make sure that you're being honorable in your actions. I'm not telling you that you're not. I'm just telling you the possibilities of what this can be asking you to do. So definitely a need to kind of go forth when it comes to boundaries, implementing healthy boundaries, standing up for yourself in one way or another. And it can also be telling you to remember to do what is right for you. Don't forget about your own personal goals and your own personal dreams and what it is that you want. And maybe it's sometimes that in this relationship, for instance, maybe you put so much energy into what this person wants that you like overgive or you overdo it when it comes to this person. And it could be asking you, like, don't forget about you, you know? So something to kind of think about. Thank you so much. All right. All righty. And then we have Faye. Hey, Faye. Hey, V. Happy Wednesday, love. Please tell me if you see anyone coming towards me in love. Six of Wands, Chariot in reverse. The Three of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Interesting. You're getting some kind of attention or a lot of recognition, or you're getting a lot of attention or support from people, or maybe even a person. after maybe some kind of perceived failure or after something has slowed down, there may be some kind of fear a little bit towards going towards something because you're hurt or because another person is still overcoming some kind of heartache. That Three of Swords to that Queen of Cups, it's interesting because that Queen of Cups is still in the upright despite the Three of Swords. And you would think that with the Three of Swords, the Queen of Cups would show up in reverse, talking about trust issues and things like that. But I don't see that. It's almost like there's some kind of perceived failure that you think you've had in one way or another, but it's like someone's supporting you or you're still getting all of this attention despite some kind of heartache and like still believing in love or still showing up in love with that Queen of Cups. Is somebody coming towards her or not? The Knight of Wands. Well, the Knight of Wands is there for a good time, not a long time. But the good thing about the Knight of Wands is he can make you laugh. You know, the Knight of Wands can make you laugh. He's probably very good in bed, these things. And this maybe, I don't know, maybe this is just what you need. But I think that you're still hurting over something, but it hasn't ruined you for love. Like, not to sound corny, but you're still open to it. So I see you getting a lot of recognition or some kind of attention. And this may draw this person in because if anybody's going to be drawn towards the Six of Wands, it's going to be the Knight of Wands. So it's almost like some kind of attention that you're getting. Almost like when a crowd forms around something or someone, it's like a lot of other people start to attach themselves to whatever that is, like, oh, what's going on. So I feel like somebody notices you because of something that you're doing or some kind of achievement that you're getting recognized for, if that makes sense. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I got to get out of here. I love all of you. Please have an absolutely beautiful, beautiful night. Bonnie said the alrighty was loud. I'm very sorry. I love you. Oh my God. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. A special shout out to all of my dragons. Thank you to all my super chatters. A shout out to Hipsy. Make sure that you guys follow me on there as well. Please have an interesting and wonderful and peaceful night. You're welcome, Faye. And shout out to Rick and Lori. I can't remember if I said that already. I'm running out of steam. I love you guys, and